Welcome back to the Fast Life podcast, which is brought to you by Simpson Motorcycle Helmets. Simpson is continuously putting out solid, well-built, lightweight motorcycle helmets that not only keep your ass safe, but give you that aggressive, badass look Simpson has been known for. Head on over to SimpsonMotorcycleHelmets.com where you can check out all the options they have for you right over there. Today's episode, we got True Performance out of Morgan Hill, California. We were catching them on the way back down to the LA area on our recent trip to the Pacific Northwest and sat down with Steph and True G himself. Had a great time talking to them, checking out their shop, and can't wait for you to hear this podcast. But first, we got to do these sponsors, and then we're going to jump right into this episode. House of Harley Davidson, located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, has your HD covered with the performance upgrades we all want, along with service, sales, and a stacked parts department. Head on over to houseofharley.com where you can order the parts you need for your bike, along with all the best gear and clothing available. Drop the Fast Life offer code to save yourself 13% on your online purchases, and give these guys a follow at House of Harley on Instagram. Lexan Moto is my Bluetooth headset company and has been for over 3 years now. The quality and sound and battery life make those long days on the open road much more enjoyable. Their latest headset, the G16, is designed to make group rides much better with a 16-rider comm system, Bluetooth 5.0 music sharing, and fast USB-C charging. Among the many things Lexan does for our motor community, they also offer the best customer service in the industry. The team at Lexan just dropped their new Lexan Smart Tire Pump as well, which is a portable tire pump that can fit easily in your saddlebags. Check out Lexan-moto.com to see all the awesome products, which are all designed to make life on two wheels better. And don't forget to drop the Fast Life offer code at checkout to save yourself 15%. And lastly, give these guys a follow on Instagram at Lexan Moto. Thundermax and their ECM computers are designed to provide your EFI-equipped Harley Davidson with the most advanced auto tuning on the market. And they just released their modules for the 2021 and up HD models. A Thundermax ECM eliminates tuning hassles when upgrading your exhaust or air cleaner, or when adding a cam or big bore kit. Thundermax is also in the suspension game with their iRide rear suspension. This is a performance air ride, which gives you the ability to adjust many aspects from the handlebar mounted touchscreen. This rear suspension is the best of both worlds. Check out these products at shoptmax.com and use offer code FASTLIFE to save yourself 10% off, and follow Thundermax EFI on Instagram. I have been riding with Lucky Dave's seats and handlebars on almost all my bikes since 2016, and I'm happy to announce their partnership with us here at the Fast Life podcast. Their seats have always been the perfect fit for my ass, and with that trademark styling that I have come to love from the LD brand. Lucky Dave's also has some of the most dope handlebar options, from their classic San Diego bar to their Peacemaker bar and riser combos. They got what you need. I'm personally running the Peacemaker bars on both my T-Sport and Bagger. Head on over to luckydaves.com to check out all of their options for your HD, and grab yourself some swag while you're there. And lastly, give my guys a follow on Instagram at Lucky Daves. Now here we go with Steph and Steven and the True Performance team.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
Fast Life Podcast.
Wanted one, so I said, okay, get one. And then we had our other one. And then when I was pregnant, he was like, yeah, we'll have another one. And I was like, yeah, just wait till this one comes. And then, we don't have another one. We only had one. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
It is.
I have a 12-year-old son and a 20-year-old daughter. So
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a big gap.
yeah,
So is that the, oh my
Different
God?
moms?
yeah,
Okay.
but both accidents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You said a 20-year-old?
yeah,
I'm 22.
Yeah.
yeah.
How old are you guys?
Be 40 in September.
Okay.
Wow, I would have never guessed
Yeah,
that.
you're cranking
Thank
them
you.
out.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
There you
that
go.
feels good, because I do not feel like
No, seriously, you look way younger than that.
Yeah.
But you're pulling it off. You're pulling it off.
You're doing good.
Thanks, I appreciate that from you beautiful Californians. Well, hey, we're rolling. Thank you guys for doing this straight up. been a minute. Like I said, like last year I was coming through here. I stayed in Monterey. I was like, fuck, dude, let's do this podcast. And then there's this gnarly ass storm coming because I came in like March last year, which is apparently when y'all get all the rain.
Yep.
And I have like all these I didn't have the tour pack last year, right? So I just had a backpack on my shit. And so there's like thousands of dollars of electronics, like camera equipment and shit like that in there. I was like, fuck, I got to get to the next spot.
Gotta roll.
Yeah, it just sucks, man. But I wanted to get this podcast last year, but you know, because you guys had just opened the spot last year, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's so many places we can start this podcast, but I think we should probably go back and kind of jump onto these two Dynas because, like I said, those, in my opinion, are very iconic for the whole trend. You know what I mean, if you will, especially with custom Dynas and shit. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Obviously, that style of bike has been popular for years and years and years, but you know, with social media like Instagram and then like the whole boom of that demographic or that genre of bike, I feel like those two are pretty iconic in that right. So
Yeah.
how'd that come together?
You know, some people know, but most don't. The whole reason why I got a bike was because of my wife.
For real?
I mean, I grew up on dirt, and I raced BMX for forever. And everyone in my family was on a bike or knew somebody with a bike. You know, my dad was definitely kind of in and out of that realm of like club stuff. But he was like, you know, white collar and tie. But meeting my wife and coming out here and having like little functions with some of her family members coming over to the house, you know, you hear the roaring fucking pull up out front. It's like, oh yeah, we got to go out there and check this out. Yeah. You know, and I saw some of like my first real custom bikes up close and in my face. Yeah. And then it was like, whoa, with our
brother-in-law.
Yeah. It's like you could do that to a bike. And it's like, oh, all right, well, you know, watching everyone take off, man, I was all fucking butthurt. I was like, I should be taking off too, man. This is dope. Yeah.
When I had first met him, he was really into the boats. Okay. Really into the boats and grew up on the water. And I grew up around motorcycles. My stepfather always had a motorcycle in the garage. And it's 7:00 in the morning and he's just revving the engine. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? So when I met him, he was all into boats and I was like, we need to really get you a Harley. Yeah. So then he went down and he bought one, and my brother-in-law was really into customizing bikes. He worked for Custom Chrome. He's actually on a couple of the covers of Custom Chrome magazines and stuff, doing wheelies.
He's been in a lot of magazines.
He's been in a lot of magazines, Easy Rider, all that stuff. So he kind of chit-chatted with him, and then it just kind of took off.
Before I even bought a bike, I was looking at like the style that I wanted. Yeah. And I was sending Rich photos, and he's like, yeah, I built that bike. And shit. I was like, no fucking way. You know, so then when we went over to his house to see everything, his garage was like, you know, man cave. There's a couple bikes on some lifts. There's all of his, you know, cover and center page, all of his bikes. And I was like, oh, you build bikes. Yeah, nice. We're going to do this. Yeah. And he's like, well, hold on, let me make a fucking phone call. So he called Salinas Harley, and they're like, yeah, man, they got bikes right now. I think we smashed down there and
picked one up then. Yeah. So are you from here originally, or are you from another?
I grew up in Santa Rosa, born and raised in Santa Rosa. So that's about 50 miles north of the Golden Gate. Okay, yeah, Sonoma County, right? Kind of the gateway to wine country. But I've always worked in and around the Bay Area. So San Jose, Oakland. I mean, I've done work down in Monterey. I've done work up by Shasta, Sacramento, Stockton, everywhere, and that's all through the elevator industry. So I've been doing that for like 21 years.
That's a union job, right? Big, because that dudes out in Texas are like, man, if I can get this elevator gig, I'm gonna be fucking set, man, because they got all these perks and shit like that. You know what I mean? So that's dope.
I absolutely love my job, and before I got into the trade, I just was always mechanical, regardless. You know, was always working on one of my bikes. I was always working on a buddy's car. We were lowering something, lifting something, cutting something, right? You know, I might fuck a couple things up, but
trial and error.
We'll figure it out. So,
and that carried on over to the bikes, because we've never had anybody work on those bikes but him. Tristan, and then our other buddy Josh, they were the ones to build it, figure it out, and make it work.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
always. That's just.
I did a license plate on it. I didn't.
You know,
We did a lot.
I think a lot of people's mentality in the bike industry is, you know, it's my bike. We kind of know what we want to do. We get the parts. You just gotta. There's no way I want to pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, anything can be taken apart and re-engineered and put back together.
Yeah, I mean, there's a caveat to that too, because I think, you know, obviously you need people to want to have that done because that's the business you have. But at the same time, you know, for some people it is like they want to try it. They want to see how it feels to take a part off, put it on. And for some people it causes a lot of anxiety. They fuck it up. They cross thread stuff.
Yes.
You know, so there's a place for it all. But I think it does call to certain people, like, you know, mechanically, like just envisioning what it's going to look like and then seeing each part kind of get on it and get closer to the end goal and shit. So
the vision is a big one, right? There's always a delicate balance. I love still maintaining that Harley look.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of tough to achieve when you put an inverted front end on a bike. But it can be done. And I don't ever want to take away from Harley because I think they've produced one of the best platforms for us.
Yeah.
You know, there's other people out there in the industry. You know, Indian is like knocking the fuck out of it with the Bagger Racing League. And it's like, that's cool. Just to me, it's an Indian. I know they've been around even a little longer. They got a great logo, but I'm just a Harley guy, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not getting that Indian tattoo for sure. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that noise.
Yeah.
No.
But no, I get what you're saying, man. They're dope bikes in what they're doing. They're pushing Harley right now, which is awesome. But there's just something about a fucking Harley. It doesn't matter what part of the country you're from. You get this usually.
Yeah.
As long as you're not being an asshole out there,
Yeah.
you get this.
Yeah.
And you get somebody like that has some kind of story, some family member, some boyfriend, some dad, some brother, you know, some homie.
Yeah.
Ripped a Harley at one point. You know what I mean?
That's
So-
it.
Yeah,
So
even here at the shop, we get people that call all around. I just dealt with a gentleman in New Hampshire, and he's buying rotors from us.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it's like, you're going to call us over
Yeah.
here?
You can go direct. I'm happy to get you. I'd love to get you what you want.
I just shipped some swag out to a gentleman over in North Carolina, and it's like, wow, that's kind of neat. That's cool. I
Yeah,
like that.
that's the joy of like,
The bikes, though.
yeah, the bikes, but also because of the style of bikes that you guys are building, it kind of speaks to a lot of different parts of the country. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to tell you, turn off your phone.
It's all good.
Hey,
It's all good.
nobody interrupts Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a theme of how we do things here for sure.
Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
our little niche, our
Yeah.
style.
I think just like
we're-
peak performance,
yeah, definitely.
you know, top of line brakes, top of line suspension.
Yes, absolutely.
Really anything.
Very ergonomically driven, very much into the braking and suspension components. And I actually got a lot of that from working with Sacha.
Yeah.
I really learned a lot because I worked with Harley and did the parts over there, understood like, okay, we can make your bike look cool. And then when I went over to Kraus, it's like, man, now we can make it function even better and look cool at the same time. So I kind of had both sides
Came
of the
together.
spectrum. And then that's when we put it all together and did those. So
What I liked with her being at Kraus was I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And Sacha has gone down the rabbit hole and figured out a lot of stuff in geometry. And anytime I had a question, man, he would get on the phone, take his time, explain it all to me.
Yeah.
If I didn't understand something, I could tell him, hey, man, just talk to me like I'm in first grade.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pick up more,
Yeah.
right? And he broke shit down. Never was in a rush to get off the phone. Really helped me figure some stuff out, troubleshooting and setting everything up. So my hat's off to that guy. I'll always
For sure.
respect him and everything that he's doing. I mean, maybe one day I'll be able to knock out some parts the way he does. But I think we're pretty color coordinated around here too. I think that's a big one. You know, everybody likes to match their hat with their shoes. Well, I like to match my motorcycle parts. So
Yeah. Well, that's the next step from like when people are customizing their bikes, because a lot of manufacturers come with a lot of different finishes and gold, red, blah blah blah. And,
Yeah.
you know, you see those bikes, and I'm not knocking it. It's it's a customer's bike. It's a guy that bought it and he has, you know, an IKEA toolkit at the house and he can throw on an air cleaner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you get these bikes that just have all these parts that are bolted on. But, you know, to put a bike together like those, you have to envision, okay, this needs to be this finish. All right, this is getting too much of this color in this area. We need to balance it over here. There's a true art, and if you will, to making a bike look good and pleasing to the eye.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, that and the fucking the Tahitian too. I can never say that. It's fucking looks good.
He's always had the vision and has always been very reserved on not going overboard and throwing everything like into a bike. There's been a couple of times with my bike, he's like, we need to do this, we need to do that. And I was like, I don't think that's going to look good. But I just follow through and I listen, and it comes on and it looks phenomenal. And there's been so many times where we've gotten people saying to him like, oh, you've got to put gold here and you got to put gold there, and it's like you're overdoing it. And I think
that's where everybody would have put the fucking gold.
Yeah.
So, no,
but the simplicity,
I don't want it.
The whole point is like the simplicity that we're being able to edit in a way that doesn't make it look too cheesy. And I really like that. And he has that vision. He's always had that vision. So it's worked out well.
There's some guys out there that got coin that slide through and say, I don't know what to do. What would you build? And it's like, that's cool, man. But what do you want to do? Let me show you some examples.
Yeah.
And then you got guys that have a little bit of money that have their own bikes, and it looks like they went down to Cragen and bought every part they had and put it on there. And so
it's a kitchen sink.
You gotta.
They throw everything on the kitchen sink.
That's right.
Sure, I hate it.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. I have a lot of friends, especially now. I got one that's getting into the air quotes performance bagger and the styling of it, right? And he's hitting me up. He wants to buy all this shit, and I really feel like to do it right, if you have the money to kind of do the whole thing at once. Even if you don't, like, it's always better to sit down and go through the whole thing you want to do. That way you're not, buying black tubes and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Plan it out.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then, like, and if you plan it out and you got the whole vision here, right? You can say, okay, well, this month I can drop 4 on it. So let's focus on the front of the bike right now. And then that way you're not paying labor to do the 2 different things and then coming back and have to paying labor to do it again and shit like that. You know what I mean? Right. Like if you're going to do some suspension in the front forks, do everything you got to do to the front forks. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like chrome it or powder coat it or do the tubes, do the brakes at the same time. That way you're not having to come back and touch the front again. We'll
get her in here. Yeah, it's not
check it out.
A cheap hobby.
Yeah.
And I hate to see people waste their money.
Yeah.
Can you sit right here at this one so you're closer to the mic? Yeah. Since you talk more than he will.
Yeah. So, that's one of the things I feel like we pride ourselves on. I get out of my seat. Let's go look at your bike.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
I got to pick your brain, and then I need you to pick my brain so that we can get on the same page. Doing a bar job 2, 3, 4 times, that's fucking costly.
Exactly.
We could have moved on.
We've done that.
Yeah.
We've done that.
Some people don't want to listen. That's okay. Well, I can do it your way.
Yeah.
And if you're going to pay for it, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, there's always those people that, like, they figure out all the shit they want by looking online and, things like that. But then they don't know that, like, every bar manufacturer has... It's a little bit different position, and the handlebars might be a little bit less of the pullback in the bar.
Yeah.
And so next thing you know, you're more fucking bulldog going down the road, and it fucks your shoulders up, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's so much that goes into it. You having a shop like yours, like for a customer, is probably so much more better for them to come up here and sit on a couple bikes that's already done.
And that's what we actually, we let them do that to our Dynas, and actually to his bagger. We allow the customers to sit on it and just get a feel of where you want to be and the position that you want to be on, because if you're comfortable on your bike, you're going to want to ride more and you're going to be on it more. So that payment every month doesn't seem so harsh when you're actually doing it.
Yeah.
So, we allow that, and that's what's cool about this shop. We're a little bit more like, mom pop.
What you need? What you want?
I want my other key or my other bike at home
so she can start
because I got on to move it and it's yelling at me.
Uh-oh.
Like wrong
There you go,
Oh,
sweetie.
you guys are on air.
No, you're good. You say what the fuck you want.
Fucking key.
That's right.
Well, plus if you don't have the fob and you try to move it, the alarm's gonna sound,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And then you don't have the fob to turn off the alarm. All you
Oh,
can do is
boy.
disconnect the battery, right?
That is an option.
Good times.
Yeah. Let me grab another beer.
Thank you,
There you
sweetie.
go. Have fun.
Thanks.
Thank
Where,
you.
where can I listen to this?
Probably at the FASTLIFE podcast in about a month.
I'll send it to
Let
you.
me know.
I'll send it
All
to
right,
you.
guys.
All right, you have a good weekend.
So I'll see you guys.
All right.
Supposed to hear herself on the podcast.
Yeah. She'll enjoy that. I've known her, God, for almost 10 years now from when I worked at Harley. Actually,
Really?
ever since, because our Harley here locally is literally 2 minutes down the road that I used to work at. Actually, Tristan used to work there too. And everybody that I used to deal with over there has now figured out that we're over here, and now they just deal with us.
That's dope.
And they don't go over to Harley because I had actually a really good reputation over there of taking care of people, customer service, making sure of the follow through, and just, making them know that I'm there for them and I'm not trying to be busy everywhere
And you were in
else.
parts?
Yeah, I was in parts.
Yeah.
So I did parts for a little while. I came in for financing, and the gentleman that was running it at the time, the parts counter, was Sean, and he was like, "Have you ever done parts?" And I go, "I know zero about parts." And then he brought me in there and taught me, and it just kind of took off from there.
Manager within like a month or two.
Yeah, so a couple months, and then went into managing, and it just worked out really well. And then when I left Harley, I think you got a call from Sacha saying Sacha heard that I wasn't working at Harley, and he wanted me to go work for him, and that's kind of where
I was ordering something from Sacha
Oh,
for you
my triple
for your,
trees.
for your,
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
bike for
yeah.
like your birthday or something.
Yeah, that's right.
And of course, get him on the phone, talking to him. You come up because we're talking about your bike. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, how's Harley going?" It's like, "No, she's not at Harley. Steph had gone to Indian." And Sacha is kind of pro Indian.
Yeah,
he,
he
he,
is.
he loves the Indian platform.
Yeah, he does.
And I without seeing him, because we were on the phone, I could tell, his ears perked up.
Yeah.
And oh, really? She's at Indian.
Yeah.
And he had mentioned something about work, and I go, "Oh, you have to take that up with her, man. Not
Yeah.
me. That's not my gig."
So how was that? I mean, he was up in the North Bay, right? Like up in.
Yeah.
How was?
Santa Rosa.
Were
Santa
you
Rosa.
having to go up there?
3 days a week, I would go up there and I would ride my bike.
That's the only way you can get around out here.
Yeah.
It was about a
efficiently.
2.5 hour ride up and then back.
Would you go through the city, or would you stay on like this side?
No, I went over
Like through Oakland and then the
Two different
Richmond?
routes.
No, I would always go one way, like how we would go up to your mom's, because that's the only way that I knew we would go over. What is that, the San Rafael Bridge?
Yeah.
And then up through Petaluma, Santa Rosa, and then that's when I would get up there.
Damn, is that far north?
Yeah,
That's up there.
it's up there. But it was cool because then I actually got to ride my bike.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have to ride with a group, so I rode at my own speed and how I wanted to ride myself. And then it really taught me how to, tweak the bike to fit me. And I was like, okay, so my bars need to be here, and then my suspension sucks, we need to do this. So it really helped to do that. So
That's what riding around here for the last couple of days, because yesterday we went to Kirk Taylor's, and then since we were just north of the city, like, dude, let's just mob back through the city real quick. Check out some shit, maybe take some pictures and stuff. And just in general, everybody drives so fucking fast out here.
Yeah.
Yes.
That like,
yes.
we're learning the roads as we're riding some of them. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? And it's like we're doing 80 in like the fast lane and splitting here and there when we can. But then some fucking Kia or an Altima go fucking hauling past you.
Running you off
Yeah.
the road.
Yeah,
Dude, it's like,
Looking at you all dirty.
yeah.
everybody here is in a fucking hurry.
Aggressive.
Aggressive. I don't get it, and I don't like it. So I mean, when I ride my bike, I ride like I'm in a parade. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I just go with my own speed. But when I ride with them, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Don't get it twisted. I seen Steph split lanes and lead the pack.
For real.
Yeah.
It's
I ride like I'm invisible.
yeah.
Nobody sees me. They're gonna crowd into me no matter what.
It's wild to see all of them ride, and I'm the only lady or chick out of the group that
Yeah.
rides. We don't have anybody else that's a chick on a bike, do we?
No.
No.
They're usually on the back.
Yeah.
You've gone on a few rides with
Yeah.
other chicks, but that didn't really end
That
very
didn't
well.
end very well.
Are you trying to turn into a Lita up here or some shit or what?
Nope. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went on a couple rides with the other girls and had one girl go over and down
Yeah.
and through a fence.
Concussed.
Yeah, she's okay though. She was all right. She
Yeah.
was all right. She got a couple little wounds. But
Yeah, that's
we
fun.
made it.
I mean, you got to be able to you got to be a little aggressive out here to, stay
Yeah.
ahead of the pack of cars and navigating and shit like that. I guess you guys being here, the roads a lot more. I understand the highways, but then there's I still use the GPS, so I'm making the right exits for the highways and shit, because it's weird. It'll be like exit here, and then it splits off into 4 fucking highways out of one.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I'm like, God damn, dude.
It's a little wild. That's why I only took one route up
Yeah.
to Santa Rosa, because you can go 12 other ways.
Yeah.
I just don't want to
in
do
like
that.
a matter of 10 minutes.
Yeah, you can, and then I'm lost, and then I don't have GPS or nothing telling me where to go. So I knew one way.
No phone mount, no phone on the handlebar.
Nope.
But I mean, I grew up going to lakes. I grew up going to Tahoe. I love
Yeah.
going to the beach. I love fucking camping.
Yeah.
Love camping. And through work could be anywhere in the Bay Area. So I know everything like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
I love back roads, service roads. So it's just like your own hometown, probably
for sure.
pretty easy to navigate.
Yeah, we know the spots.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so are you from this area proper, or what about
No,
you?
I'm more north. I grew up in Milpitas, kind of went to the whole high school, grew up in San Jose. I just keep going south for some reason. So
Yeah.
I've just wound up here. And then when I met him, he was actually in Tracy, and I was like, well, I can't move. You're going to have to come out here, or it's not going to happen. And 10 years, here we are. He came.
Still here.
Still here. Still going strong.
I like this
So,
place.
yeah,
it's cool.
It's dope over
works.
here. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's only 3 exits.
In being here and having the shop, and only being in business doing motorcycles as long as we have, I really feel like the location is right.
Yeah.
And it's been receptive to a lot of people and everyone coming through and checking us out. One of my favorite things to ask any customer that comes in is, hey, how'd you hear about us?
Yeah.
And it's like usually been a good report, or they seen something online.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that's cool. I seen you on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that y'all still working on the YouTube. Have y'all dropped some videos on it yet, or?
I know that we were getting into it. We had done it for. We have a couple of videos that are coming, but the gentleman who's doing it for us, he also is
Injured, right?
He did. He got injured, and then he's also like in the San Francisco area.
What is
So to
it?
get
What's his
him,
name?
Mighty, we call him Mighty Mike.
Mighty Mike.
Mike Knoll. So he's
Mighty
done a
Mike.
lot of stuff for us. He's done a lot of our photography. I did a couple things for Plex Audio.
Yeah.
He's done all the photos for that.
So, everybody wants to do product review,
Yeah.
fit and finish, do the 10,000 mile test ride. So I'll bring you that. I feel like we have some insight to a lot of things, because it's like Christmas here every day. Getting the latest and greatest. I really pride myself on staying on top of what's coming out, what is out there, what works, and I feel like the Bagger Racing League has opened the gateway for a lot of the performance side of things, and you can go to the track and see what's on these bikes, and you can definitely see what is not on the bikes.
Yeah.
And they, these are coming from other manufacturers that think they're performance.
Yeah.
So seeing the stuff, and I do swap out shit all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I mean, you've been building quite a few bikes, so I know it's not the same parts going on the same.
Yeah.
bike
You want
every
to try
fucking
something
time.
new.
So we can navigate, and a lot of stuff, excuse me, is tried and true, and some of the stuff is like nope.
Yeah.
I'll judge you on your packaging.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man,
You do.
This is wrapped in newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Come on,
right.
bro.
Yeah.
We can do a little better than
Some
that.
unboxed therapy over here.
Yeah. Was this a return item? Or it's scuffed.
Yeah.
So, to circle back a little bit to having some video and some content and having another avenue for us to help, us succeed in this industry. my kids are of the age where they decided to go get braces.
Mm-hmm.
And in taking them to get braces, I was kind of intrigued because my grill ain't the cleanest.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this. I pulled the trigger, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it." So I have this huge apparatus in the roof of my mouth right now.
Yeah.
And I'm correcting my jaw, which is why I'm talking with a fucking lisp and I sound like an idiot.
Dude, these are all fake right here. I just went through that shit a couple months ago.
You got that Hollywood grill.
Oh, it's getting there. It's still got a lot more to go and a lot more money that I don't have right now. But
money.
Yeah, dental is no joke.
Yeah.
But
That's actually what I did before this. Was
For real, dental.
we kind of took a time out on filming or doing anything because when I first got everything done, my mouth was just a wreck.
Yeah.
And I can't get through it. So it's temporary, right? Like what she was saying was my buddy Mike ended up punching out a kid. He just had a baby. He had a mishap with his bicep and tore a few ligaments and went in for surgery and is, recorrecting everything. I mean, he couldn't lift anything over 3 pounds. So he's in the middle of rehabilitation in all that. I mean, we got great ideas. We actually filmed a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still learning. I don't want to just rush and put shit out there to put shit out there.
Yeah, don't do that. There's plenty of shit out there.
Yeah.
Plenty of stuff like that already.
Yeah.
I know what you mean about the thing because, like I said, when I first got, when they pulled the teeth to put like the bridge situation in there, right? I had to have this fake one that went in the roof of my mouth and everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The flipper, I guess is what it's called.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
And dude, I was like, fuck, how am I going to do these because we have the studio at the shop where we do it all live on YouTube and everything. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like whistling and shit while I talk.
Makes you talk funny.
Yeah.
I had Invisalign for like 8 months. And
For real?
Yeah.
You did too. You were talking funny too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
Sup, everybody.
Yeah. You put your head down and like.
And I always felt like spit was like dripping out of the corner of my mouth and shit. And I'm just like, I don't know. It was a tough one, but fortunately, no one grilled me too hard on it while I was dealing. They knew I was dealing with it, so it was a long time coming. I'm fucking 40 essentially, and I just now got around to doing it too. So took a long time to get the gums right before they could do anything to it. So I had to go have them fix all that shit, or it's
crazy how they have to wait for things to settle before they can even do anything.
Because I guess she could probably attest to it, but when your gums are all inflamed, they can't fit you for anything because it's not where your gums
That's
are going to
the
be.
foundation. If you don't have a good foundation, you can't have a good grill. So for sure, I know.
I'm working on my bike skills, working on my grill skills.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's it's fucking. I'm glad it's almost over, but goddamn.
And it's expensive.
I was paying essentially cash for everything because I don't have I don't have insurance in this industry.
No.
So,
yeah, we don't. Definitely.
So I was just paying cash for everything. And at first I wasn't really getting a deal, but as this got paid for, then they started like, oh, we'll just pull that one for free, and we'll do this for free. We'll, you know what I mean? So I was like, I started saving money here and there after I'd already invested some money into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's go, hook it up.
Yeah,
come on, I'll keep coming back. Yeah. Take care of me.
Yeah, I got to go now. Now that I got like just some half-ass cosmetics done, I still got to go get some, a root canal, a couple fillings in the back, maybe some other shit. I want to get these capped now since they don't match these.
Yeah.
I feel like
gold in the
it
future?
never ends.
Dude, I've always wanted. There's two things I've always wanted in my life: is cornrows and a gold tooth. And I don't think I'm ever gonna have cornrows.
No rose.
No,
our buddy.
Dude,
Get a little wig.
I grew up in the '90s, man. Like cornrows were the shit, dude. You see like fucking. Like Crisscross and all those guys.
Yeah, I've got a good picture of Steve right here, and he's got cornrows in his head.
Would he go to Cancun or something?
Oh, this will be good.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. If you
there
travel,
you go.
If you travel, you like to go, down to them tropical places. Braids are the way to go.
The braids are the way to go. Yeah, and our buddy Phil, he's got 2 gold teeth. We call him our in-house piercer. He's a really good friend of ours. He had a lot of work done on his bike. You done a lot of work on his bike.
Oh, Phil?
On Phil's.
His canines done, right?
He's got his canines that are gold.
That's dope.
The bike is actually here.
Yeah, it's here. We did a lot. What did you do on all that? What did he do?
Full Behringer and Galfer, full brake system, GP in the front, Ollins in the rear, DLC tubes.
Yeah, we did motor work on it too.
Yeah. I think he got
throttle
his
body,
HPI intake.
Yep.
Mackie did his
What do you
heads.
do? Woods cam with the fueling cam chest and cam plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Super
bike's out
clean,
there.
tight Dynas.
Yeah.
Fucking
Is that the
ripped.
red one out there?
It's the black one. The red one is my bike.
Yeah, that one's yours.
Oh, okay.
And he's been building his bike. I think, I don't want to speak for you, but I don't know if Tristan knew a lot of maybe the brands that were out there, but you really have put a lot into your bike that we've kind of, I don't know if we've introduced
For
you.
how
I don't
long
want to talk
before you
about
tore
it.
your bike down?
Yeah, how long?
What I think it was is I bought a bike that came from like Texas. So
Okay.
it was slammed. It had drag bars on it and had forward controls.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And I just was trying to change as much as I could, but I was working at Harley at the time, and
Yeah.
it wasn't
What year Dyna is it?
09.
09? Okay.
Yeah. So I actually just wanted to paint the frame, and I ended up doing everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I did the tins, I did brakes, I did full suspension,
Yeah.
front and rear, I did the rims, ended up doing everything.
Because
But
I'm sure a couple of the guys here barked in his ear and was like, "You can't
Yeah,
just
you.
do that." Oh,
oh,
sorry.
you got to do Galfers, and you got to do this, and you got to do that.
Oh, it was me.
And I was
Sorry.
like, well, shit, yeah, I do got to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
then
You
I
can't
did
just
it,
stop there. You got to go all
She
the way.
wasn't wrong.
It does. I mean, it highlights the things that you haven't touched once you start touching
Yeah,
more things
for
on
sure.
it. So, it becomes a must to kind of have the complete package. But
Definitely.
it looks fucking good out there. It's glowing.
Thank
That
you.
red is fucking just.
Is on
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Shout out to Roger.
Yeah. Roger did a lot of that.
My powder coat guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's something
neighbor.
that it's funny we were talking about paint and stuff.
Yeah.
I've always appreciated a good paint job. It doesn't matter what it's on. That's a different skill set. And I've never even successfully rattle canned anything
Me
ever.
either. Me
Not once.
either.
Yeah.
There's nothing I shot a can of Krylon on and be like, fuck yeah, that looks good.
Never been stuck on it.
Trust me, I can't spray with Krylon either and make it look good. But
But we are into finishes around here. So powder coating is something that I would love to perform in house.
Yeah.
And we had a neighbor doing it for us who's retired, and he picked up a hobby, and his hobby turned back into like full-time work.
yeah.
Where he told us, hey, time out. I retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't really do this for you guys every day. So after a little bit of time has passed, I went over there not too long ago and was like, man, just teach me.
Yeah.
Whatever it's going to cost, your time, I'll pay for whatever. Show me what you know. And that's just something that I would really like to do. But I would also like to get into like metal finishing, polishing, grinding all that cast off, stripping and prepping.
You gotta watch out, man. There's only so many hours in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Been burning the candle at both ends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy doesn't sleep though.
No,
He
not
just
at all.
works.
that's probably one of the biggest life lessons that I've taken on, because I've dabbled in a lot of different areas of working on bikes over the last almost 20 years. And, sometimes accepting like, look, if I just focus on this part right here and become the master at this,
Yes.
it's less stress at the end, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I do know the wanderlust of wanting to have your hand in all these different things. So also because sometimes it's hard to find someone to be consistent with it, and it's just easier to try it yourself.
Yeah.
At least you're putting your best foot forward, you know what I'm saying? But
Exactly.
powder coating's not too difficult, even though I don't want to take that away from great powder coaters, but it's a fairly simple process, and if you just follow the steps right, it usually comes out pretty damn perfect.
For sure. I agree, absolutely. I seen some stuff that Roger is knocking out in his garage with an oven that he made because he didn't want to fucking go buy one. And I'll put that guy against some of the
Put him
greater
against the
This is
best.
powder
on his
coaters out
free
there.
time, and he's
Yeah.
just kind of fucking around learning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
and it's
killing it.
wild what comes out, and then he's so hard on himself, and he will like, oh, we can't accept this, and don't put this on this guy's bike, and it's like, can
And
I
he'll
show
spend
you
all
what comes
day-
from a
He'll spend all
company?
day on one
Yeah,
part
dude.
until it's perfect.
Until it's perfect. He's just his own worst critic, So
Yeah.
But it just brought in so much customers that wanted stuff powder coated.
Yeah, and the cool
stuff
thing
like
was
that.
is he's literally from our shop to our house, it's less than 2 miles. So I would run over there, drop off levers, drop off side covers, drop off just little odds and ends, and I'd pick it up in an hour. And it's like, man, if I went and sent it to another powder coat shop, I wouldn't see it for fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah, and if you wanted it in an hour, you had to pay a rush fee.
Exactly.
And all this other shit.
And his prices were phenomenal. So he was just like, no, I just, this is just my little hobby. And then how he was saying he had to take a time out on that. And now we are dealing with other powder coat companies, and it's like, man, I don't even want to do powder coat anymore.
Yeah.
So
it sucks.
The thing that sucks is
tough.
chrome's coming back heavy. I mean, it's coming back for a minute, but now that I know this year a lot of people, I can't talk right now. A lot of people wanted to do a chrome bike.
Yeah.
And all the old chrome shops that used to be in California are kind of gone now.
Yeah. They're not
like
around.
we used to use Sport Chrome out there. I think they're in Socal. And they used to do the best quality chrome we'd ever get in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We have chromers, but they're like the chromers that fuck with 18-wheelers and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not good. It's got lines all in the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're doing some bolts or something, it's cool. But no, nothing flat. Nothing that has like a big surface on it. But
I was really happy I was really happy when we got the paint back and we had to change everything to chrome, because I'm like, nobody does chrome anymore.
Yeah.
And the chrome was really cool. And we actually have a company, it's called Metlick, and it's out in Fresno. Mm-hmm. And they do showroom like quality chrome, and they've always been really, really good to us. And I love the chrome. Everybody always comes in and they go, man, you don't really see Dynas chromed out. And it's like, nope, but I'm bringing chrome back into the industry. So I was really happy to do it.
We had some luck with another company in the Bay Area.
High
Luster.
High Luster, yeah. They do a lot of good chrome over there too. But before we knew them, we went to Metlick because we knew about them over there.
Yeah.
But they did a lot of our stuff. And a lot of my bike stuff. I mean, I wish they would have a chrome inverted front end, because then I would want that.
you can chrome one.
I know. I know.
It's
It's just a lot of money. I want to chrome my frame though before I do anything.
That's the ultimate flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to chrome the frame, but then it's like the tear down, the cost, everything else. It's like it's fine. It's fine.
Maybe long term. Thank you so much. We'll
Just make me do it on a weekend.
Yeah. There you go.
I think a chrome frame.
Gold frame.
What else?
On your bike.
We still need to do your controls, honey.
Yeah, I know. But I never ride it anymore. After you got the bag, I don't ride it anymore.
There's
So
a few other
you
things.
riding the bag or are you jumping on the back?
No, I jump on the back.
She
It
needs
is
a bagger.
nice.
She should be on a fucking
I was
bagger.
thinking about it actually the other day, but I didn't want to tell him, because then I'm going to create another project for him.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, sure, let's go.
I
And
think
he'll
he
go and
wants,
do
I
it.
think he wants another project.
I know. I know. After I don't know.
I'm in this boat right now where I did like a mild little T-Sport build, because I always wanted a T-Sport. Mm-hmm. Found one, dialed it in, and then I finally got my bagger painted back on the road, and I don't even want to ride the T-Sport anymore. So do you ever get that vibe where you're like, man, like I don't really need it sitting here, because I'm not always riding this one, but
when was the last time you rode your Dyna?
I don't ride it.
Exactly. Exactly. But
it's in the showroom.
She's so pretty though, sitting there.
I know. And actually a lot of people, like how you were saying earlier, a lot of people who do come in that have noticed us off of Instagram or, social media of any kind or any platform, they always come in, they're like, I've seen these bikes. I know these bikes. And they know, they're like, your husband's the one that started the whole gold thing.
That's
and it's
just
like,
so crazy. It's so crazy to me.
Well, for me, so as a painter, this is me and Gerald have been friends for quite a while, and even Schultz, and we've all kind of got a little guild, if you will. So when someone would hit me up, but they would send me pictures of like Gerald's work or Taylor's work, then I would just give them their number straight up. Like, look, man, like Gerald did that. So if you like that style, you need to go fuck with him.
Yeah.
And your bike used to get pushed around a lot.
Yeah.
I know a lot of other painters used to get it too, where they'd, like when people want a paint job that aren't like, I guess creative, then they just look for something out there, and then they just want what they see. They don't understand, like, hey, it's cool to have like that style, but you got to do it something different, man. You can't do the same thing.
That's what we love, is different. Something that you don't see.
Yeah.
I
That's
really
what we
can
really
get on
try
a
to
roll.
do.
I can get on a fucking roll. We can do 100 fucking bikes 100 different ways.
Yeah.
And that's what I love to do. That's the passion.
That's actually something that, like what Tristan was just saying, that I really love about our company, is that we really try to do something different.
Yeah.
We really try to look out there in the industry to see who's making what and what's up and coming, or what Can we put on another person's bike that's not like the one that we did before? We just recently did a bagger where we put a bunch of Rebufini on there, and they make some really high quality
it's pretty good.
stuff.
Yeah.
And the
Some Italian
packaging,
shit, man.
Top notch.
the packaging is on point. Everything is the packaging is on point.
That's right.
But we did a lot of stuff on this guy's bike, and then when other people were seeing it, then we had so many other people coming in, and we do a lot of business now with Rebufini.
Yeah.
And it's same thing with just a lot of manufacturers that are out there. I love to hear customers coming in telling me about somebody that I haven't heard of, and I've been in the industry not for a long time, but long enough.
Long enough,
And then
for
I'm
sure.
like, holy shit, I've never heard about this. And then I look, and then I call them. We support. Let's get it in.
Yeah.
And then we'll push it. Because I don't want to continue to just do what everybody else is doing out there. And there's companies that are out there that everybody's like, you got to have this. It's just kind of like the name.
What was happening, like in, it's controversial when I say this, but in the earlier days of the performance bagger trend that we're a part of, your bike, my bike, there wasn't a lot of parts out there. So a lot of it was like repurposing parts that were in the big wheel bagger community.
Yeah.
Because in big wheel baggers, mid controls were pretty popular, believe it or not.
Yeah, which I heard of that,
Yeah,
which
so
was weird.
a lot of companies had mid controls, especially when they would run like turbo, like the Trash turbo kits and things like that.
Yep.
And then plus, like, I guess, I don't know, it fit the bike more some aspects. But so when we first started doing mid controls, you had two options. You had, like doing a Big Bear style where you run Dyna stuff, weld the little shit that's on the frame and stuff, or Misfit had a thing, and it turned into Epic Moto. Then that turned into fucking Dropkick Customs.
Yep.
I ran their kit for a while, and then finally Speed Merchant kind of dropped their kit. It was pretty dope. And
Boosted
then
Brad had some.
Boosted Brad's always had some because his were kind of designed off of the old West Coast Chopper ones.
Yeah.
And then he kind of like put his own flavor on it, and he makes them for everything and shit. But yeah, there was a lot of parts that came from that other world, and then as new parts start coming out and more brands start building stuff in a style that kind of fits this, it's kind of allowed it to blossom and to have things that look different. Because at first it was carbon fiber everything, Kraus or MJK or fucking Big Bear. And that was it. Like you didn't have a lot of options, Ness is now making cool shit that has like more of a performance vibe. You've always had Speed Merchant and Alloy Art and things like that, but you're just getting more opportunity now. And like, I got to give Kraus credit. I mean, some of the products, they have a very classy feel to it, but still edgy performance, if you will.
Yeah.
It's like luxury. It's just
Luxury
that
performance.
Yeah, it's just that.
That's what y'all. I can see you guys making luxury performances.
Yeah, that's
So-
it's more
Like some
like the
VIP
high end
performance baggers.
Yeah,
You know,
not
maybe-
what do you always say? Not that middle of the mall bullshit. Like we want the
middle
higher
of the
end.
mall bullshit.
Yeah, we want that high end luxury type of feel. Like we don't want just something that you can buy off of fucking eBay.
Well,
We don't
I mean,
want it, no.
I'm looking at machines right now. We definitely want to. I don't know if I want to build. I don't know if I want to continue to service bikes or work on bikes the
That's
way we
tough.
push them out right now.
Service is tough.
I would rather have a
A team.
phenomenal product line and offer that to people. Everybody's got to start somewhere, but I can be reserved, and maybe starting in last place where I'm at now is a benefit to me because I get to touch and feel everybody's parts and put them on first, and I can see maybe where some not mistakes are being made, but just our own flavor, our own flair.
Yeah, our own twist on it for sure.
Again, I can always go back to Kraus. There's a few companies out there. He's definitely one of them where every fucking part he makes, even his covers, serve a purpose.
Yeah.
A lot of risers that are out there is just holds a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His risers serve a fucking purpose. His derby cover has, a bash guard on it. It's got a grind plate, right? His floorboards have the same thing, and they're adjustable. So he really looked at everything from a different perspective. And so I love Thrash and Supply. Their stuff is actually made very, very well.
Yeah. Quality.
Steve at Speed Kings again.
Yeah.
He's that guy worked his way from the fucking ground up. Now he's producing shit.
Yep.
You know, we saw he got a dyno. He's gonna start fucking tuning bikes. Man, that's rad.
See, you know, Steve's a good friend, and I, to this day, have no fucking idea how he manages to have his hands on so many things.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. I guess I'm just getting old and cynical. I guess it's just like I love working, and I love, you know, it's hard to turn the switch off of like wanting to be innovative and creative and be a part of everything and be a part of all the events and shit. But goddamn, man, there's just so many different angles and places you can go with it. And then when you have a shop like this, I can understand how you'd want to be the shop that has all these things, you know. But that's a double-edged sword.
You were just like how you were saying when we first started. I was like, we're gonna accept everything in, we're gonna do everything, and we're gonna facilitate anything that you want.
Yeah.
And then it just turned into more of a hassle, and it's like we need to fine tune and say, I want to accept this bike because we're going to make it something phenomenal, and we're not gonna just take in anything because we want business. So we've really kind of had to
a bit more reserved.
A bit more reserved, but I mean, to be honest, if he was here 100% of the time, because again, we got to realize he's not here. He don't come here until like 3 p.m. But I think that if he was able to put in 100%, it would be in a different realm right now. But again, with a union job, he's not allowed to quit. He's going to stay there, and I'll just make it go around with Tristan, and we'll make it.
So double dipping.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, you can not completely get burnt out on this, and that's one of the things that happens in the motorcycle industry with a lot of different brands is, and what you'll notice is as people's brands get bigger, they ride less, and they look at motorcycles less as enjoyment and more as work. Yeah. And it becomes a very fine balance between that.
That's
you know, it's
excellent point.
Yeah.
That's what happened with our brother-in-law. He just was getting burnt out. Yeah. There are weeks that I have where I go home and I was like, I don't want to look at a motorcycle. I don't want to talk about a motorcycle. I don't even want to fucking hear one go down the road.
But something that we've been talking about recently and what we've been focusing on is less work, more play.
Yeah.
We work on all these bikes. We get them all back on the road. We set them all up the way we do. Let's go ride them.
Yeah.
Let's go ride them.
That's the most important part. Like I said, you know, for me too, riding them is what it's first off, it's hard as fuck to be gone for a month right now on the road.
Yeah.
I have plenty of work to do, but man, I come back so refreshed and ready to work on the stuff and like excited about it. And you know, when you get out of here, you get to come back with a fresh perspective of everything. And I don't know, it's good and it's bad, but
well, you know. I mean, in the motorcycle industry, this is not something that anybody needs. It's what they want.
It's a luxury.
It's supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be fun, and that's why when service comes into play and we get our lovely customers coming in, it's really hard sometimes when some are just kind of shitty people. But you know, that's just the whole, you know, work and owning a business and getting people in. But at the end of the day, to see somebody smile, go away, call us up and say, hey, you know, my bike is so much better. You guys made it handle so much, you know, better than it did before. People are tipping Tristan all the time. It's saying thank you for your work. They call me after they get home and thank us again. Those are the happy days.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it
I love
reinforces what you're doing too.
Exactly.
One of my friends told me this a long time, and my listeners, I'm sorry, but this shit is an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
You know, One day you're fucking on a high because your customers can make you feel that way, and then one day you're just, you know, like you're at the bottom of it and you're like, fuck, man, like, you know,
there's days
I don't need to fucking be here.
Yeah, there's days where I go home and I tell them and I'm like,
there's just days where nothing goes right, and it's like, and then I get him out there, get Tristan out there, and it's like, oh, I don't want to talk to him right now. I know he's upset. But that just comes with the work.
No tools have gone flying across the garage, so we're doing all right.
We're doing okay. We're doing okay.
We're doing okay. And
you know, I've got people that bring us, you know, bottles of booze. Right? And it's like, man, that's great. My fridge, I don't know the last time we bought beer. We don't buy beer,
honestly,
but it is filled.
Past a year,
because
I think.
People bring us beer all the time. Water, food. We get gear. So the trade-off is, and the recognition has been very rewarding. Although some days it does not feel
How was it when you guys were doing all this out of the garage at the house?
You know, it was good then too. I mean, our neighbors weren't really happy with us, but you know, we were doing it. But when we first started building these bikes, everybody was all like, man, you guys build some pretty dope bikes. Why don't you just open up a shop? So we started doing it out of the garage, and then we got our business license 2 days before the shutdown. The whole COVID shutdown. So we opened up 2 days before they shut everything down. We had looked at a building that we were going to get, and they backed out. So they said no, which in hindsight now is like, that was great, because then we found this spot, which like was just solid for us, because there would have been no way we could have stayed at that one building. There would have been no way. It was just like this one little bay.
Your typical like cookie cutter,
little tiny like roll up,
1,500 square foot tiny shop up front.
But I think it's a little bit harder though for us, because we started from the garage. Now we're here, but we don't have like commercials. We're not like super huge right now on social media, but a lot of people do recognize the bikes and recognize that we do quality work. So that's why we've had customers come in, but we're trying to branch out.
We've had a few events that helps bring people out, let us know where we're at.
Our main event that we had, I mean, we had over like 250 people just here in the parking lot, and it worked out great. And nobody really bothered us, even though we're down the street from the police station. We're on the same road as the police station, but it's worked out really well. That's for sure. It does come in waves, but I mean, I'm happy with where we're at right now.
Yeah, you get to a week where you like are slow, and you're like, holy shit, are we gonna be all right?
Yeah.
And then one day can change everything. Yeah. Where, you know, I can't get off the fucking phone. The phone is ringing. I can't answer that. We got people in the DMs, emails, so everything. So, you know, like you were saying, the roller coaster. Yeah. Holy shit.
Because during the day, it's just me. If somebody rolls in and the phones are ringing, every part that you see and hear or out there, it's because I brought it in, I bought it, I had to call somebody, I had to sign up as a dealer. We go pick it up. I run around. I try to make sure that he's set for the whole day, you know, and it always worries me when he comes in and what do you want me to do next? And then I start to panic, and it's like, oh my God. And then I'll get 5 calls, and I'm like, okay, cool. You're set for like 2 weeks. We're great.
Leave me alone.
It's not that, but you know, it's kind of, but it's definitely hard, because we just want to make sure that we're pushing out good work, that we're putting our stamp on everything that we can provide for the customer, and that they're going to now go tell friends, and then people will start to come.
And what's hard with the business too is like you have so many bikes that were in the process of building. Yeah. You know, we're waiting on parts, we're waiting on customers to come pay, we're waiting on certain things where I could get things done on it, but we kind of are at a standstill.
Having lifts tied up is always a bitch. That's the number one problem that a lot of people in the industry deal with and have been for the last 2 years. Yeah. Is parts. And so sometimes you have to be a little bit more methodical with like when you start things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then you got, I know you got deadlines because people want to do it for something.
Choreograph or whatever you call it.
Yeah, we tried to get everything together. And again, we're a new business. You know, I've never done any of this. So every day is the learning curve for me.
Still,
and then,
you know, you're doing a bar job and, oh shit, this ended up breaking. You know, now we got to order it. Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep. And then, you know, also customers coming in, we always call it like, you know, guys will come in and we'll call it a bike in a box.
Yeah.
We've had a handful
of those.
Every time I'm done, I tell myself, that's it, no more. And then another one comes.
Yeah, and then another one
2
comes.
weeks later. So we got an FXR we want you to build, and we just have the frame.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. We've had a couple of those. Let me go check.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, have you got to the point where you're ready to say no to things yet?
There's,
I think yes and no, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would say about 98% of the bikes that roll through here, sure.
Yeah.
I've definitely been put in some awkward spots with, I don't know what it is with customers that will bring us a bike and just like flat out lie to your face. Hell, yeah, man, I was riding this thing last week on the freeway and it just kind of shut off on me. All right, well, let's go look at your bike. It's in the back of their truck. It looks like they pulled it out of the field. Yeah. It's on fucking 2 flats. The tires are cracked. The fucking chrome is blistering off this thing. It's like, bro, you're not riding this on the freeway last week. What are you talking about?
You get these people on the phone 2 weeks later. Oh, well, actually, it hasn't been started in 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, well, now we have
they want to tell you. They don't want to tell you that.
Now we have a different approach on the whole build. You know.
Tell me what is really going on with your bike, or you had it at another shop and they did this, and this, and that wasn't fucking working out. So now it's here. But motherfucker, I've never had so many people just straight up lie to me, and then we get their bike and it's like, man, this, the motor seized up. Well, no, it's actually your transmission.
Yeah.
But if you would have, told me what happened on your scenarios of how you got to where you're at, so it's hard to read people, and I mean it's a coin toss with people that tell me what's wrong with their fucking bike.
What's up, guys? I need to drop in real quick and give a big thank you and shout out to Thundermax EFI for helping me make this podcast trip possible. I just got home from a 28-day 7,200 mile bike trip where I at least filled up my gas tank once a day. My 131 was humming through the desert, mountains, forests, and even plenty of rain. The Thundermax ECM kept my bike running and operating like a champ. With its auto-tuning technology, the elevation, humidity, and temperature changes never affected my bike's performance. Their ECMs are a must for anyone looking to add all the Go Fast goodies to your EFI-equipped Harley Davidson. My Road Glide is paired with the Thundermax cooling fan, which is available for the touring M8 models. Lane splitting in California's traffic and heat gets the motor oil hot, but with the fan, I was able to keep my bike's temps in the safe zone. Check out all these amazing products at shoptmax.com, and when you're ready to make the upgrade, use FASTLIFE at checkout to save yourself 10%. Now let's get back to the show. I've developed over my years because most of my customers come through social media now. I just have like a couple of keywords that when they say and like when they DM me, I'm like, I'm out of this. I don't give a shit how much money they have or if they have a blue check or any of that shit. I'm like, I'm done. Just because you learn personalities. You know what I'm saying? You learn which ones that you're just not going to be able to please. You can already
tell where that's going to go.
Yeah. I mean, as much as it is, everybody wants to say, oh, I'm different, I'm unique. Like, we all have similar personality traits amongst humans. And so while we all have our things that are unique, I probably am more like this guy and this guy's more like you. And, like you have like the ways you expect things and see 100%. Things. And you can just find you can see the ones that are just going to be like, man, like you're way too needy. And I'm not.
There's those customers that are like that, and we still cater to them.
Yeah.
It's
I
tough.
try to. I don't want no bad business. That doesn't do anything for me. I don't need anyone leaving here and saying, "Oh, they fucked me over."
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not trying to hold on to your bike. I don't want your bike hair stuck on my lip. I want you to be on your bike. I want you to enjoy it because I have so much joy riding my shit. I fucking love riding with my guys. I love cruising. Mm-hmm. We love going to great food spots. I love going to events, and I mean that's why we're here. But you get somebody who flat out lies, brings you their bike, and oh, by the way, I'm trying to get out of here, so I need this wrapped up in fucking 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, hey, listen, here's like a handful of shops I know that might be able to accommodate you, but I can't do that. And that's pretty few and far between.
Yeah, like you said, 98% of the time.
Yeah.
We're dealing with it.
We'll deal with it, and we're in the back. Why are we fucking working on this thing?
But we do it.
Let's figure it out. You can tell when some of the customers come in are very analytical.
Yeah.
They've already done their research. They already fucking know everything. They want to go in the back and tell me how to work on their fucking bike.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I mean, if you know all this, you can.
You set up a separate lift over there and just.
It's like, why did you bring it to us?
You can rent the lift over here.
We had some guy that crashed his bike and he wanted to buy a lift and put it out in the parking lot and just work on it.
Yeah.
And work on it.
I'll just come down there and tear my bike apart, and it's just like.
Yeah.
No.
No, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry, man. I'm not even trying to be a dick.
Back in the day.
First of all, we haven't even touched it because we're waiting on insurance.
Yeah.
I
used to get that back in the day where guys would be like, hey, man, how much paint a bike? How much if I sand it?
Yeah.
How much if I buy the paint? I'm like, dude. Like,
are these real questions? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not doing any of that. Like,
yeah.
When you're young, especially when I was young, like, you needed all that stuff. You were scared to say no to anything. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
And then you get to a point where you're like, okay, fuck, I want this job. It'd be a good one. But
what's going to be beneficial?
Why is this dude making me jump through hoops, man? Like, you're not going to sand it right. You don't know how to fucking do that.
It's going to create more work. You're going to lose money somewhere.
Yeah, and then you're going to buy the paint for real. Like, if you're going to go buy one of everything I need, you're going to spend more than if you just let me just charge you what I'm going to charge you. You know what I mean? So.
And that's what we tell some customers too. You know, they want to bring their own stuff and they think they can get it cheaper somewhere else. Well, that may be the case, but when you come with your parts that are from 10 different companies, you know,
they don't all blend together.
No, it doesn't.
Well, even that, how do you warranty
stereo?
It?
Yeah,
you get 6 different speakers and you try to tune it all together. Well, yeah, no shit, it sounds terrible.
Yeah,
you know,
you got some Walmart shit here, you got some flea market shit here.
Okay, you got a badass amp and some nice wiring. Well, you got 6 different speakers.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have a DSR1, whatever.
We've dealt with a lot of customers that tell me, I have everything.
Yeah.
I have all of it. I called. I ordered all this. I called this other place. It's all here.
Yeah.
You guys are good to go. I said, oh, okay, man.
Yeah.
You bring it here. If we run it, no, you're not gonna run into any issue. I got
flag.
all the parts you need.
Yeah.
You know, the bike's here. We're going through stuff. All right, man. You're missing this, and this.
And they're pissed. What?
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. You're the bad guy now.
Yeah.
Because somebody on the phone, they don't even know that they ordered the parts
like
from.
He said, hey man, I don't want your bike here on the lift.
Yeah.
I want you to have your bike. You know, we're working for the same goal.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to accommodate. You know, you've got club guys that'll roll through and, hey, oh, you know, I got my cut on. Do I get a discount? And it's like, I've never seen you before.
Yeah.
You haven't spent $1 in my shop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no discount. I'm already a discounted rate compared to a Harley Davidson.
Sure, by like $40 an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you get the penny pictures. A lot of guys love to provide their own tires. So many guys love to roll in here with their own rubber. Cool.
Well, a lot of shops, they charge differently for brought in parts. Like, you know, this is our labor rate if parts are bought through here. This is our labor rate if you provide things.
Yes.
And, you know, honestly, most people that I know of, if it's as long as there's something on the wall that says what it is, they'll bitch a little bit, but they're like, okay. There's just I think as humans, we're just designed to see a price tag on a shelf and just accept it.
Yeah.
Right,
you know what I mean? And so, like, when you have it posted somewhere, less people, they'll complain, but it's right there, dude.
Yeah. Hey man,
Like,
you knew what you're
I didn't
getting
just
into
make this up. You know what I
You knew what
mean?
you're getting into when you walked in here.
I mean, I've never had so many people where we tell them, hey, this is the price, this is what it's going to take, we'll have it done today, you can come back and later pick it up, and then they come back, it's exactly what I told them, and then they want to go into negotiation.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, that's...
I've got guys that drop their bike off, hey man, it's going to be here a while, or what we'll do is we'll set a date.
Mm-hmm.
You bring your bike next Tuesday, everything will be here, we'll start working on it. Oh, well, I'm going out of town this weekend. You know, maybe I can bring it to you on you know, this Friday. All right, if you're leaving, cool. Bring me your bike. You know, then they're hitting me up fucking Monday. Hey, is my bike done? Your appointment wasn't till Tuesday, bro.
But it's not only that. We get guys that come in and then they'll say like, okay, I want this done to my bike. Okay, we'll get it done. Is it done? Is it done?
Yeah.
Is it done? And then we go, yeah, it's done. This is how much you owe.
And then they go
crickets.
for a week.
It's
Oh,
crickets.
weird.
Yeah.
No, we don't hear from him for 3 weeks.
However, you know, I'm okay with that. Let's just all talk it on the same page. And if you're going to pay this day, then that's cool. If not, then we have to, you know, go down other avenues.
Yeah.
But
I think all this
happens.
has taught us
a lot
on how to run, or, you know, from here on out, I'm going to implement another rule, a chain.
Yeah.
And I think that makes us more well-rounded.
Yeah.
And that's how we've evolved.
Yeah,
Our
for sure.
invoices that we have, like for instance, this one right here, when we first started, there were no little paragraphs here, signing, where are your miles, all this. Nothing existed until we just caught that person. And then I had to implement things. So again, we're a new business. We're learning as we go. We have other friends that are in the industry that also are in the same business, and I call them and I pick their brains. What do you guys do? What you know? What's your protocol? What's this? What's that?
That's probably been the best.
That's
able to reach out and talk to other people.
That's helped.
Because everyone that I've ever called or have asked, or anyone that's got a business that's similar to ours,
They're pretty open.
Everybody will talk to us.
Yeah.
They'll talk to us.
And I think that's pretty fucking cool.
Well, that's one great thing about, I guess, our younger industry is that I think we understand that a lot of this goes through social media now, and we also understand that, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like we're not really competing with each other by undercutting each other if we're all communicating with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's enough fruit on the tree for everybody.
Oh, for sure. There's enough.
So nobody's in competition. I mean, we've had other guys that own other businesses come out and help us, and we always put out the, invitation of, if you ever need help, let us know. There's a couple guys in Gilroy that said, hey, I'm just too busy. I'm sending a guy your way. Mm-hmm. We even have Harley sending guys our way because they don't work on anything 10 years under, right? It's like 10 years.
Like basically anything carbureted, they won't touch.
Sure. They won't touch.
So like 06 and up, they will touch. But
one of the things that I was looking forward to in having a business and working on bikes was finding other business owners that have different businesses but have a bike and doing trade work.
Yeah. So bartering, I love that shit.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, and that's been cool. I mean, that's being able to what is that? There's that word. I can't remember. It'll come to me.
I know. You're put on a spot.
Barter is a good one, but just the trade.
Yeah, the trade. Right? We get a lot of gentlemen that come in that own other businesses. They do air conditioning. They're like, you don't have air conditioning in here. We need to get it in here for you. It's like, well, what do you want us to do for your bike?
That was the best thing I ever did to my shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because all my doors are shut. So, like, sometimes we'll walk out of the shop. It's like, fuck, it's still daylight out here.
Yeah.
Because right now in Texas, it's like 108 degrees.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
Yeah. We would die.
Like just complete humidity or what?
I guess, what is it, Jadon? We're pretty humid there, huh? We're not as bad as Houston, but Dallas is still pretty rough.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's immediate back sweat.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Like, everybody 35 and up wears these shirts that have flaps on the back so the air can kind of flow through. like
straight out of the shower.
No.
Yeah, pretty much.
Makeup would never last.
Funny.
Can't do it.
It's fucking gnarly there, but...
Yeah.
It's 38% humidity right now, and it's 97 degrees.
Oh,
boy.
big deal.
But
38%.
it feels like 104.
I never understood that.
Feels like.
It feels like it's way hotter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after like 100, it's just hot.
Yeah, it's
even after 90, it's just hot.
I mean, this right now is the furthest south we've been in a week and a half, I believe, and because when we came through California last week before we hit the coast to go up, man, it was hot coming through like Utah and Nevada and shit. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as we hit the coast, like got to San Francisco and started going up the coast, it was just cold. It's freezing as fuck. We went to Bodega Bay and we're all fucking like, God damn it, I didn't bring any gear for this shit. You know what I mean?
Well, you said that you're about to go out to like Monterey and whatnot. It's gonna get cold.
We're good now. We bought some fucking winter clothes up in what is that town? It's not Crescent City, but the one right before it on the coast.
I don't know. Coast is just gonna be cold.
I don't know what the fuck it's called. But
in Monterey, I mean, if it's like 80 over here, Monterey is going to be 60. Yeah. It's a significant difference for sure. That's always how it is. I don't like it. I don't like it being on the bike, being that cold.
That sucks. Cruising through the Bay Area, you definitely have like all these little micro climates.
Yeah.
We kind of experienced that though going down to LA.
Yeah. Well, I experienced that going up when I worked at Kraus.
Yeah.
I went through, I couldn't even tell you how many, and going over the bridge, it's like, I'm just going to sweat because I'd rather sweat than be cold. Yeah. I just don't want to do that. I'll sweat and I'll be okay.
Oh, I agree, man. It's
being cold sucks.
I mean, when Jadon left, his shirt, because it's blazing hot in Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, right?
Yeah.
So his shirt kind of went up and did this. You ever, you wear a long sleeve shirt and get your glove thing?
Yeah.
Just fucking roasted his hands right here, dude.
Aw, poor thing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah. It is shiny.
Aloe vera.
My man over here.
I've got some in the bathroom from when you got burnt.
I burn like that too.
Yeah, my man over here, he's pigmentally challenged. Yes.
That's funny. Terrible.
That sun gets at his ass.
I came in one
quick.
day and she didn't even recognize me. I was snowboarding.
Yeah.
And the reflection from the sun on the snow just baked
roasted
my face,
you.
dude. Like,
I felt so bad. I left work, even though I had work, and I went over to CVS, went over to the house, and just got you
him
out of
some
there.
shit.
Yeah.
fully took care of me.
He
I was back
matched
to
his
wrenching,
hat.
but I was suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you do that all the time. Are you going to do that tomorrow when we go out on the boat?
Yeah.
I fucking hate putting on suntan or sunblock.
I'm just not a
I'm
lotion
doing that
guy.
again.
Yeah,
I don't get out of the shower and lather up.
No,
No,
It's
me either.
weird.
I thought that's a girl thing.
It is.
No, it's not a
I've
girl
heard it's
thing,
not.
but-
I've heard it's not. You know, but
I just, like,
I rub myself down like a butterball like turkey.
No,
But I really
good.
should because I dry out.
you're like the ashiest white guy
Yeah.
ever, but nobody ever
Dude,
told
I
you.
should be on top of that, but I just don't learn.
Jesus.
Stubborn.
it's like when you, like, say in Texas, like you spray yourself down with like a sunblock or whatever, and so you're kind of
Tacky.
Yeah.
and then you ride, and then the shit in
Starts
the
sticking to you,
yeah,
right?
you got dust all
Yeah.
over you, and it just feel gross.
That happened to
you
me
know
at the beach, and then I went in the water, and all the sunblock washed off of me, and I didn't know, so I went back and sat on the chair, right?
roasted.
You know, and I got a tan, and then
Well,
so
you
when I
are
stand
white,
up, my stomach had like lines in it from being burnt, dude.
Fuck that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So actually getting the water over here is cold as shit.
Yeah.
Y'all do?
Oh, dude, it was
Yeah.
like 98 at the beach.
No, I don't.
last
I don't
week.
think I've ever been in the ocean on the West Coast.
It's
ever.
usually
I've
cold,
been
yeah.
to the beach a lot.
This day it was hot as shit.
Yeah.
And,
I don't get in the
You put your feet in, man. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, well,
Fucking
nope.
freezing.
yeah,
dude.
no way.
Yeah.
None.
Have you ever been to like Florida beaches, any of that stuff?
No.
I
Not
have
to
not.
Florida yet.
I've never
Dude,
been.
it's like how is this the same thing? It's
Yeah.
like fucking night and day difference.
We've had a couple invitations. We're pretty good friends with
Flex and all those
yeah,
guys?
with
Yeah.
Los over there and his lovely wife Mel, and they've asked us to go out there a couple of times. I don't like to get on a plane unless I'm like 3 sheets to the wind. Ugh, flying, no good. But we'll go over there.
Yeah, you jump in the water and it's like not even refreshing. It's so warm. Like, wow, that's different.
Crazy.
Not the
Oh,
same
because
as
of the
out here.
humidity. Oh,
No, it's just the water.
The water's
hot.
like,
It's like-
85 degrees.
Yeah.
the Gulf. So Texas, we have the Gulf of Mexico, and it's pretty warm. But
Yeah.
all those like beach culture on the East Coast versus beach culture here is completely different, right? It's not the same at all.
No?
No.
But when you go to like Miami and Fort Lauderdale and some of those kind of beach towns, it's a lot warmer, and it's like all year round. Beach access. It's never really gets cold in southern Florida. You know what I mean?
Enjoyable.
sure.
But yeah, the beaches are nice, and you can get in the water, and it's like 70 degrees. It feels good in there. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Out here, it's like 30.
Yeah.
You fucking put your beer in there, and it keeps it cool while you're in there.
Sure.
That's very
Yeah.
true. Yes, it is.
We used to, for the last, since 2016, 15 actually, me and my buddies have been riding from Dallas to San Francisco and then down the coast in like a big loop.
Nice.
My wife's from Southern California.
Okay.
And then, like I said earlier, I used to fly up here and paint bikes all the time. So I'd bring my friends from Texas and hang out with my friends up here. And then, it's just great riding. And there's this hotel in Monterey that I always stay at. It's called like Monterey Tides. It's right before you get into Monterey. It's like there's a Home Depot across the street and shit like that.
Okay.
But it's right on the water. And it's usually like $200, and park your bike and just walk around and just go sit on the beach. And the cool thing about West Coast is you always get sunsets over the water. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so just grab a 12-pack, sit on the beach, and like just cheers your boy. Like, fuck, dude, we just rode to the fucking West Coast, man. It's so sick.
That's like priceless, you know?
Yeah,
In a sense.
And then sun goes down, get back on the bike, go into Monterey, and raise hell, praise Dell, baby.
That's right.
you go.
That's right.
How often do you ride like that kind
lot.
of loop?
You ride
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I wish. The only
average-
I'm
riding-
envious.
The only riding I do is from here to Harley
Yeah.
to here. That's it. I don't get to ride.
Riding like I do makes local riding. I don't know if it would apply here, but it makes like riding just for the hell of it. Like it just doesn't do anything for me. It's like I'm desensitized to that, right? But
Okay.
seeing places on the back of a bike and seeing all the stuff in between is for me at least, it's an amazing experience. I mean, I know I can fly to these places, get there quicker, but there's so much shit in between that's sometimes more enjoyable than the destination at the end.
Well, no, it's the journey. We were just talking about that. We have a couple friends that we're all going to Born Free next weekend, and 2 of them are going to trailer because they don't want to ride. And it's like, are you serious? Come on now, like you gotta do it. I mean, he's done it though a couple of times with us.
And especially like you're traveling the country. States and states, and they can't even go through our own state.
Through our own. Know. But that's the whole. It's the whole journey of it too, and then also stopping and then having food or maybe having a cocktail and then like just seeing the sights and being with everybody that you like to be around. And riding is just that's what I really love about riding.
There's more than a handful of times where you've had the epic ride. The weather was fucking perfect. The mountain ranges were phenomenal. Everything is green. The road was just paved. I've hit that a couple of times.
I'll tell you guys this as owners of some of the best riding in America. Idaho fucks so hard.
Really?
It's some of the best riding I've ever been in.
Idaho.
And we we were cold. It rained the entire time, and it was still amazing. It was still amazing. Hands down, some of the dopest riding I've ever done. And then what's dope about Idaho, at least the roads that we took, is that like we land in these little mountain kind of ski town almost. I don't even know if they're just like they're trendy ass fucking towns that have bars and nice hotels.
Really?
Every hotel has a fucking huge spa in it, right?
Cool.
And so like, dude, it was fucking amazing.
It's like a lodge, right? Every spot.
That's the spot.
Well, there's up north here in California. We've been on a couple of rides together. I'll never forget the Murphy's ride. Going up to Murphy's and going all through the mountains and just it's only 2-way. Like it was just beautiful. And then we went out to Street Vibes one time where we went through Napa and did that whole ride. That was beautiful. It was like 70 the whole time.
All the back roads through the Sierras.
We went to
I love those.
When we came into California for the first time a week or two ago, we came to Mammoth, right? And we were get a hotel, and so we're like, dude, like there's a hot spring over there.
Okay.
Sure enough. There was some old ladies in there, butt ass naked, dude.
There you go.
Not anything you want to see naked, but naked nonetheless.
Some Joe Dirt vibes.
Maybe some flapjacks.
We were joking that it's like, well, we did see titties on this trip. So.
You go.
And some gray bush.
Oh boy. Well, but it's the journey in it all, and you're not going to get that if you fly.
Exactly.
And you're not going to get that if you're just.
I'd rather have that story.
Yeah.
Of the gray bush.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that.
I mean, we
trailer my bike.
Exactly. We just did a little soft ride not too long ago where we went from here over to Hollister, and it should only have taken 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we spent 3.5 hours because two bikes broke down.
Times.
People were getting lost, and but it was
that's the trip I'll remember.
That's the trip that you remember at the bar we were talking about it.
When you start wanting to like smash miles, like you start to build your bike for that. Like I choose certain parts and certain ways to put my bike together for that.
For actually touring.
Yeah, so the way it sets up. So there's like, trust me, right now I fucking hate that tour pack on my bike. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Right? And but with all the stuff I got to bring on this trip, it's kind of necessity, but you start setting it up for the bike or for the traveling and whatnot, and I don't know, man. It's hard for me to try to tell you guys, like, look, if you get past, because once you cross those mountains over there and you get into Nevada, it sucks. There's nothing cool, right? For a while. I mean, Virginia City's cool, but there's really nothing cool.
After that,
But you have to you have like this like wasteland that you got to pass through to get to something else cool, right? So I get how it kind of landlocks a lot of people into California, right? Because you got 4 hours to the damn near Sac, right? And then you got to go over the mountains, and then it sucks until you get to like Salt Lake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like 600 miles right there. So it's like, fuck,
And that's what's kind of cool about the Bay Area. Everything's, pretty close.
You went through Zion? It is. Mm-hmm. Fucking pretty.
Zion was really badass. That we were sleeping on that thing. We were like, hey, dude, it's right here. You want to just jump through it real quick?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was even like, I don't know if I want to pay $10 to go through this motherfucker. I was like, God damn, this is badass.
Yeah, you go through there and you're like, this is where the dinosaurs lived. I know it. I know they came through here.
Did they film Land Before Time here, dude?
Yeah. Well, we did that ride through Big Bear.
Yeah.
Right? And that was really cool to just be around all of, like, sounds all cliche, but all the trees. And it was really nice. nice and it was shaded. But I love the bikes. The bikes have always been a big thing. But now that we have this shop, it's like, shit, it's so hard to kind of put something together to get away and to get out.
What you guys should, and of course, take that with a grain of salt. Like Sturgis should be on the list. Like from here to Sturgis, you can have so many epic rides, do badass things to it, and then like once you start getting a certain clientele, I'm sure you already have it. Maybe, oh, dude, that'd be badass. Let's do that together. Now you got the true performance house in fucking Sturgis, and all the homies are there. And then we're like, hey man, y'all cooking out tonight? And then all the homies come through. And Sturgis is, I don't give a shit what the coolest thing ever. Sturgis is motorcycle fucking mecca, right? It might not be all of your people or your style of bike, but it's all motorcycles.
The Holy Grail.
Yeah.
It's just a
and it's also
realm.
It's all, Sturgis is the big dinner table that the industry eats on. So
yeah,
I like that analogy.
Go put a potato salad on that motherfucker for the rest of us. You know what I'm saying?
I remember watching everything through IG on the 75th. And I just remember fucking everybody was there. That was like the first time it dawned on me, we have to go.
Yeah. Have y'all been yet?
Nope. No. We've got to really plan, because if we're going to ride and we're going to take like 2 weeks or like however long, we've got 3 kids. Now we got a dog. Yeah. And then we've got the shop.
Businesses.
And then we have, his job. So it's
that's
like,
still
really planning.
No excuse.
That's true.
You don't do it.
It only happens once a year. So.
I mean, you could probably figure out, like, it might be unfortunate that someone might have to make the sacrifice to drive and bring some of the extra shit you need.
Yeah.
But man, it's such a great event, and there's great riding. There's there's industry old and new there. You know what I mean? So you're seeing some of the guys that kind of help pave the way. You got a lot of the younger generation that's out there, trying to make a name for themselves.
Trying to keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
When I kind of really dived into the Dyna culture, a lot of the brands were like, oh no, we just do Born Free. Sturgis is kind of, it's a rally. It's for all the old guys, right?
Yeah.
It
that's
is.
what they say about Street Vibes, and I have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love Street Vibes.
Yeah.
I look forward to that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like the same thing. It's like it's only old guys until you start showing up.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
You think it's the 75th anniversary, or it's the 80th, or it's about to be the 85th here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the same dude that started it there?
No.
That motherfucker's still hanging out?
Like how you said, you gotta keep going. Everybody's just gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go up with a mindset of it's gonna be lame, it's gonna be lame.
Yeah.
It's gonna be old guys.
Go and have fun.
Yeah.
That's where we've been good at programming ourselves and keeping an open mind. I'm not a negative person.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I don't bring no fucking negativity. Set it up. Let's roll and have a good time.
I don't like to toot the old horn, but I always say anytime that we go anywhere, we bring the party. We're kind of loud. We like to get all fun and a little squirrely, a little dicey.
Fun. That's what we were talking about, like for next weekend. Going to Born Free. It's great. It's a great show. Yeah.
Where y'all
There's a lot
gonna
of
be?
People there.
Where y'all staying at?
Don't know.
Don't know. We were gonna get we really wanted. I was looking at like some like cartel mansions.
Yeah, because we like to do
I wanted
that.
The pool party. I wanted to meet up with everyone and come back to the spot.
Yeah.
And then we started reading this fine print.
Yeah.
No noise after 9 o'clock. If
no
you
motorcycles.
Have any pets, you can get kicked out immediately. Yeah, a lot were no motorcycles. And I was like, man, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay you fucking $3,000 a night. I want to do whatever I want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we kind of
we
backed out of that, but I mean, like how I just said, I don't care where we go.
Now we're
I'm fun.
We're last minute.
I like to have fun.
We're fucking last minute.
And we're gonna be fun.
It was our bad too, because like all the homies just like the month of, oh yeah, I want in, I want a room, I want this.
Yeah.
So
we'll figure it out.
We don't go on vacation a lot. So I was like, well, if I'm going to go on vacation, I'll ball out. Yeah. I don't go on vacation with a budget.
No.
And then it was like, well, I have a budget.
Yeah. But we like to we like to do a winter trip and we like to do a summer trip. Yeah. And last summer we went to the Delta. We got a mega house
out there.
And then we've been to Tahoe.
Man, I had so much fun.
Had a blast.
It was just wily.
So we'll see. It would be cool to have the house because we love to cook. We'll go shopping. I'll set it up. At the same time, if we're all at the same hotel, we can still go poolside.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Until we get kicked out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We got some homies that are riding in. My machinist and Forever Rad Kyle. think it's Forever Rad now, right?
I can't wait to meet my machinist because we've talking back and forth. He's actually made some shit for me.
Yeah.
For real?
We were prototyping some stuff back in the day, and I know that dude just got to be slammed just like us with just doing his own thing and trying to fucking figure shit out. And watching all his stuff come up, and it's like, dude, you should move out to Cali. We could do work together.
Yeah, we'll do a motorcycle draft, and we'll give you my machinist, and we'll fucking find somebody we want, and we'll trade.
Let's do it.
I'm excited though to go to Born Free because then we get to actually see all the people that we do business with, and that really.
There's a lot of bikes I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah,
people are building for that event.
Yeah, and a lot of the people that we correspond with, we always like to see what they're putting out and what they're pushing forward, and you know, just to kind of meet and all be together with the crowd that is just into the motorcycle world.
I like
and
the
that
chopper
makes me
side
happy.
too.
Yeah,
I
the chopper
some
shit's
of the
dope.
sickest fucking choppers there. It was like, holy shit.
It's funny when you walk through some of it, it's like you'll get a little hint of the 70s, you'll get a little hint of what's going on now, and then you'll get like, you know, all the little what are they called? Tristan, what did we call them the other day?
Chopper hose?
No, not those. No, it's all the all the guys, the ones that they kickstart the bikes, and it's like that.
Oh, hipsters?
Yeah, the hipsters. I love that
Cook's
though.
Corner.
You're giving chopper guys a bad name.
I love it though, but that's their own vibe, and I think that's fucking cool. I want one. I want one, and I want it to look like it came out of Mad Max, like fucking movie. I like
There's
that.
me and Jadon, we joke about it, but it feels like there's this. There was this resurgence where everybody was into vintage things, and that also helped pump up the vintage chopper movement.
Yeah.
But now they're all turning into cowboys. Straight up. Like, they all have cowboy hats, and they wear, and they're fucking horseshoeing and shit.
Yeah.
They bought a bunch of property.
Boy, I tell you what.
And they're all skinnier than me.
They're renting houses out in Texas.
Telling you.
Yeah, exactly. They're like,
But it's cool because you see the different genres in which you can take a Harley or a motorcycle and make it your thing.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool to kind of see there because you
It
see
is.
the whole realm of performance bagger to like the whatever bro Dynas to the whole chopper movement to everything that's down the pipeline of Harleys. And I think that's
for
cool.
sure. Building my first bike, I was ignorant. This is the way it has to be.
Yeah.
It's only this style, and if you ride anything else, you're stupid.
yeah. It's tribalism.
I don't care if you roll up in a Vespa. You're on fucking two wheels at this point, man. My hat's off to you. Ride. There ain't
And
nothing
that's
like
why I
it.
think I would want to go to Sturgis because, like how you said, that's what it is. It's just two wheels. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
It's
Doesn't
the whole
matter.
bike movement.
It really
everything.
doesn't.
Yeah.
I want to build
cool.
one of everything. I want one of everything.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, See, I'm like that too, but I want to ride one of everything across the country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've ridden I built a Gold FXR a couple years ago.
That one went to Hawaii?
Yeah. So, the tins did. I ended up. That was one of those deals where like my bikes get ran to the ground. So because I ride them so much.
Because you actually ride.
And when it comes down to it, it's like, okay, well, I'm $30,000 in this bike, and to sell it to get anything close to the $30,000 I want out of it, I need to put another 10 in it so that I can break even from my first one at $30,000.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, you know what, fuck this. I'll sell I'll clean the tins up, get good money for that, clean up this, get money for that. And then I don't have to see my exact bike on the road anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I
There you
mean?
go. Yeah.
And so, the tins went to Hawaii. A lot of other parts went out. I threw some of the suspension and other shit on a Dyna that I sold to a kid up in Seattle a couple years ago. So,
Nice.
no, it's fun.
It's wild.
FXR across the country was an amazing time.
Yeah.
Met a lot of cool people. I mean, I did that the year before I started this podcast, and it was I would think because of that trip it gave me the connections with a lot more. I've always had the connection in the industry, like all the brands, but I didn't know the players of like the California, the Arizona, the Utah.
We see a lot of people on social media and the companies and everything, but like the real players, they're not really out there until you go out there and meet them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's pretty wild. How long have you been doing the podcast now?
I started the podcast in January of 18. And so
who was your first?
Simpson motorcycle helmet.
Simpson.
Nice.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So I was fortunate to have like Simpson, and then 2 episodes later it was Lindahl, and then 3 episodes later it's Dixon.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they're all horrible podcasts because of me. You know what I mean? So what was I gonna say?
Figuring it out.
Yeah.
But
got to start somewhere.
yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of podcasts, and a lot of them have been really great. Like I said, CJ's, we were talking about that earlier. We're just around because we're consistent with it. I always tell people, like, the reason why I never stopped doing the podcast is because I got paid early on to do it. So it became a job real quick. Like, oh, dude gave me $50, man. I got to go fucking do 5 episodes this month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, of course, you compile that by 5 years, and then you get a big listenership worldwide. And, now it's just weird because it's not like YouTube, right? You go on YouTube, you see their followers or their subscribers, and then you see their videos have 100,000 views, and you see that stuff. So it's like, oh, this dude's legit. Like, that gives you that. A podcast is so, there's no, it's an app, and there's no, like, you're not following,
not really the paper trail, the numbers game.
Yeah. So
and also there's no like visual to it as well. It's just listening.
Yeah. I mean, we have a studio in Texas, and our lives get wild. You know what I'm saying? We've done 7-hour podcasts live. Ooh. Mountains of beers.
I've seen a couple of those.
Should pull up the one where Jetty walks in with the bearskin rug jockstrap. Yeah. It was wild.
I want to see that one.
But I mean, like, we create that vibe on that. But I mean, we get a lot of companies that'll fly out and they'll come to Dallas. We'll kind of give them the ropes of Dallas, and we'll come and do the podcast, do it live. And there's a big watch party going on. Ryan Cruzy's come out. Right.
That's cool.
We get that kind of vibe, but
he's underselling the studio. The studio's dope.
Yeah. It's like the Joe Rogan experience when you come.
I watched you build it because you were posting shit as it was fucking going up. And I really like the podcast that you did with Cruzy. Mm-hmm. That dude's a fucking stud.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
He's a wild man.
He's a metal man. He can fucking get down.
Yep.
I like his take on shit.
He's even his YouTube, I would give him credit, because his YouTube channel and what they're doing out there, it's more refreshing to me, because it's like, first off, Cruzy can just riff. Like, you just put a camera in his face and say, tell me why you don't like the color green, and he's just like, these motherfucking green ass he just goes off of it, right? So he's a perfect, like, candidate for a YouTube video. And he's out there wheeling. He's got a lot of those kids out there hanging out.
That dude can smack a wheelie at fucking 12 o'clock on anything now.
Mm-hmm. He's a veteran builder. He's worked under a lot of really respected names in the Phoenix area. He has his MMI shit. He hates FXRs. That's his only problem. There's
yeah. I was gonna say that runs deep over here.
There's one
too.
on the lift right now. There's one on the lift.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
No.
But it's fun, man. And the way we look at the podcast is this: is like my analogy earlier about, like, the motorcycle industry is a big table, and what you put on it, you get out of it. So when all these brands like yourself put in, and unfortunately, I am the one that gets to eat the best off of this table sometimes because it's my show. But now, all the Simpsons, listeners are now listening to this, to you guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All the Cruzy's listeners are now listening to you guys. Now your listeners listen to Cruzy. So everybody gets this cross-pollination of exposure.
Ooh, pollination.
Yeah, I learned that once in hypothesis.
Yes.
The fuck.
That was a conglomerate word right there.
Dude, you took the SATs, huh? But no, then everybody can kind of benefit. And that's, if you think about, like, Joe Rogan's podcast, like, obviously different level in life, right?
Sure.
But anybody can go on that platform and their career can be started, right?
Yeah.
So the concept is, if you build a platform that can help, that you can go talk to the veterans of the industry to give our listeners, like, a perspective of what was. You can also find that new guy that's hustling and that's grinding and give him that same platform and maybe be able to boost him up some.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty rad, man.
That's the concept, And so
that's very noble.
Yeah.
Well, first off, it's fun, right? Because, we're drinking beers here, we're talking, we're shooting the shit. There's no, like, real agenda here. It's just like, get to know you guys and shit like that. But
on the fly.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to. I don't know. I just
there's not too many opportunities out there where you can do just that.
Yeah,
so to be able to do it is an eye opener. And, we're very thankful for you.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, it was supposed to be last year, but what do y'all call it up here? El Nino or some shit like that?
We call it shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens.
It could be hit or miss out here, just like
definitely.
everywhere else.
Yeah.
We're so close to the coast.
Yeah.
And the fucking weather guy sucks, so you don't know what's going to blow in or blow out.
Yeah.
He's just like quitting, like, fuck it, I'm out, dude. I have no idea. Like, I think it's going to rain, but,
Yeah, you just don't know.
Then it hits the mountains and it dissipates, and I'm fucked, right?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah, I mean, we're right here, right there by Santa Cruz. It's literally like, less than 30 minutes away. So, I mean, you never know what you're going to get over here. Yeah. That's for sure.
Which I like because, on the days that it's 110 degrees, but because we're so close to the coast, that shit blows in.
Yeah.
So it's never roasting at night.
Yeah. How's the winters out here? Does it get too...
We don't have winter.
That's what I thought.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too
bad.
bad.
We'll get like a weird rainstorm for 2 weeks, and then
that's it. That was winter.
But for California people, especially in the motorcycle industry, which really sucks for us, is California people, one little speck of drop comes, they're like, God, I can't go on the road. I'm
like I said,
it's going to rain today. I can't bring my bike.
Yeah.
I was like, it's going to
I get really prissy, and then I have to stop myself. It's like, I have like a week of rain out of the whole year.
Yeah.
I have no fucking excuse.
Yeah,
I try
no
to ride
complaint.
my bike as much as I can.
Yeah.
The winters have been extremely short, which sucks because I love the snow.
Yeah.
We're so close to Tahoe. I mean, I love the board.
Yeah.
But the seasons ain't been the same for a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer that's going to keep up, or if that's just how it's going to be.
It's all good because we've been getting gnarly winters in Texas, which we never
We'll
get.
have to come out there then.
Yeah,
It's like
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of girlfriends that live out in Texas, and they're like showing me all the like crazy snow. Snow.
It was last year, I believe. We had the worst. I wouldn't say the worst. Since I've been a baby there, it's been the worst snowstorm we ever had, where it lasted for a long time.
Wasn't it like 2 weeks that you guys had like no electricity or nothing?
Yeah,
And then after that, the snow was gone.
Yeah.
Over here, no. We definitely have year-round riding weather, which is good for us. But like I said, if it ever gets like 50 and below, everybody's like, nope, not riding.
Yeah.
Not
so
doing it.
we have all year riding too in Dallas, but what we do is every once in a while when it would get into the 30s, it's like 2 days and then it's back in the 40s.
Yeah. Exactly.
And we'll ride in the 40s. I mean, I'm not trying to travel in the 40s, but if you hit it, you hit it. You know what I'm saying? So
can't do nothing about it.
And we barely get rain or barely get snow. What would happen is it would like snow overnight and the next day it's 70. And so we're riding again.
Yeah.
We used to do our anniversary party every year, like around New Year's, and it'd be hit or miss if people could ride there or they needed to fly in, shit like that. So when we finished the studio, we had one big party, and then found out that I couldn't have parties at my shop anymore because I have a neighbor.
What that's like.
I know.
It was fucking.
I had to go to court for
real?
for a couple things. Got booked, got everything for
What
doing.
happened?
Well,
we're on the same road as the police station.
Yeah, so we had an event for a gentleman who had passed, and we were raising money for his daughters, and we put together a huge event, and we were giving away prizes. We were just anything that was contributed to us at True Performance, we handed over to those little girls, and we got a permit because we had gotten called saying, hey, the last two parties that you guys had, you didn't have a permit. You had live music, you have to have a permit. It's like, fine, whatever. So I got the permit, spent some money. And then we had the event, and it turned out great. I mean, I think, contributed I can't remember, just us alone. I think it was like $7,000 or something like
easily.
that to them. It was easy but.
So like
2 days later, they came.
Monday, right? We start working again.
Yeah, we started working.
Police come in.
Yeah, and they're like, we need to talk to Stephanie, and I was like, yeah, that's
just
me.
her.
Because the husband was here, and three of them came in. They're like, yeah, we're gonna have to book you. We're gonna have to, you guys completely went against like 14 different rules, and you're gonna have to go to court and all this bullshit.
Did you see me out there doing wheelies?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
So we had a bunch of guys doing stunt stuff, but it wasn't that we had put that up saying, hey, we're going to have a stunt show. They just did that. We're in this area. That's what the guys like to do.
Yeah,
exactly. I don't know. They're like, oh, you facilitated booze. And it's like, I'm not their mother, and what they bring in their saddlebag is not my problem. So, yeah, I'm drinking on my property. Like, what are you kidding me? So had to go to court, had to do all that. And then they like pulled our license. And I was like, okay, so what's the license really get us? They're like, oh, just live music. I was like, so I can bump my speakers with just my Bluetooth, everything can be all right. They're like, yeah. So I was like,
it's like a live band makes it a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Right?
So basically they just kind of shut us down. So every time people talk about when's your next event, I'm like, I'm not doing another event because I had to go to fucking court. Nobody else did.
We're doing lots of events.
I know we're going to do another event, and
lots of rides.
And
That's what I was thinking. Y'all do a bike night or whatever.
You've been talking about like an overnight.
They were just trying to make some money.
They're just sleeping.
Yeah. So the shop is standalone.
Yeah.
We have a pretty decent parking lot.
Yeah.
And then I'm on an acre.
Yeah.
I actually have a little 50 track over in the corner.
Yeah.
Nice. However, I feel like if I got the right people involved, I never wanted any vendors. Right? I like to give shit away. Yeah. I like money up for fucking grabs.
Yeah.
Everybody's got dope shit. Let's look at dope shit and have a good time.
Yeah.
I love food.
Yeah.
And I love music.
Yep.
But I feel like we could make maybe a 2 or a 3 day weekend event where
off the property.
I'll make sure the property is fucking pristine.
Oh shit, it's gonna be.
We can camp.
Yeah.
We can have a fucking big fire, rage.
Make a cut underneath my desk.
Maybe shoot some fireworks off, not burn anything down.
We did that too.
Yeah. I just,
fireworks seems like almost like walking around San Francisco without a mask now.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not allowed.
No,
offensive.
it's not allowed.
I just want to have a good time.
Yeah.
I feel like I could line up bands and have, multiple bands.
She said
throughout
no
the
more
weekends.
bands.
We can't do any more bands.
We can do bands.
Yeah, well then you're gonna sign it, not me.
I'll sign it, motherfucker. I'll go to court.
Yeah.
When we started our camp out, we started with that kind of notion. Like, we didn't want to do vendors, but we wanted brands to be present there.
Sure.
Right? Because first off, it was great riding in Oklahoma, that area. I mean, saying that to you guys, I feel like, jerk off motion, right? But it is great riding, and it's in the center of the country, so we get people from all over the country that ride to it, right? Mm-hmm. But they show up, and everybody, no matter what type of bike you're on, is like, fuck, dude, where'd you come from? Oh, shit, Idaho? Goddamn, like, what was it? Everybody all of a sudden becomes a fucking rock star.
I love that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Yes.
Regardless of how cool your bike is, I mean, if you have a cool bike, you get to be, A-list rock star, you know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah.
And what we did last year, this past year, which was a huge success, was we got all the sponsors and as many brands as we could to donate shit.
Yeah.
And we had this fucking, each night we would get on stage and had this like rager giveaway thing, and people just had to do stupid shit. We had one dude give himself a Friar Tuck.
There you go.
Bald headed, and we shaved
fantasy.
We shaved his eyebrows and gave him a free helmet.
Yeah, there we go.
And he was stoked.
Well, at least he can cover that Friar Tuck.
He was stoked.
Yeah.
Some dude got a dick tattoo.
Oh boy.
There we go.
And he got a helmet.
Why
you
not?
know what I mean?
And he got a helmet.
Got a helmet on his helmet.
Yeah. So, I mean, most people were there just fucking like, it was just fun. Like,
Having
fuck it,
fun.
I'll do it. We had a push-up contest.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of fun little things. And
Biker shit.
so we have one of our close homies had to amputate half his leg, just some veteran stuff, and no nerves and whatever the fuck. So he amputated his leg, but he still came out to the camp out, and so we had somebody do a shot out of his socket thing. It's fucking gross. But I think they won like a Lexan air pump. It's like $30. It's
There you go. But a lot of the events that we've only had a few here, but I mean, nothing compared to what you have. Next time you have one, let us know. We'll go out there.
For sure.
But everything that we have done, we've actually had a really good turnout, and that's what's been successful, especially us being so small right now in the industry. So we will continue to do more and get maybe to that level.
No, doing that is very important because
it is.
You are naturally a part of a lifestyle to these people, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or to these riders and bikers. So when you create or you help them facilitate the lifestyle by hosting the events or giving them something to do that's not like, hey, let's go do the same shit we do every other weekend.
Exactly. And that's what was really fun when we did the first one, because it was like right in the whole mecca of COVID. And there's a really funny video. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's it's the husband out there, and he was all like, come out, we're having beer, we're having food, fuck COVID, let's do something fun, like just get out of your house, like type of thing. And that's how we are, and we'd like to facilitate that. And since we do have a larger type of area, we can have something in our parking lot and really throw something. But again, we've had good turnouts. We just need to think about what we're going to do next.
The other thing that I've been trying, we did it at the camp out, but this is another great idea, is just like have like I wouldn't say a bike show, but like a show and shine, but then give all the awards away to like the young dude or the new guy that's like grinding, doing his shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That way it's like more reinforcing to like, oh dude, they noticed my bike. The hell
you're
is
doing
wild
good.
that shit. You know what I mean?
Every time we've had an event, we do Best in Show, where we've given away plaques, we've given away money to the shop, and we go around obviously us, and we also we've made it to where if we have built your bike from like ground up, you can't really enter, because then it's kind of like a bias thing. So the people that come, then that's who we judge on, and then that's who we give.
I'm just fair. I just want to be fair.
We just want to be fair.
Well, bike shows in general can sometimes bring out the worst in you, right? Because you're competing. You're my bike's better than that motherfucker.
You're nitpicking.
I actually paid for this, or I actually built this, whatever. But that's why, like, I've always told people, like, I'll go put my bike in a show to be shown, but I don't want to win anything, right?
Yeah.
I like it to be there for exposure, right?
Sure.
But I never want to compete with my customers.
No.
Like, what's it look like when this dude drops $50,000 with me, and then my bike, beats his, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm the best. That dude's like, dude, I spent $50,000 with this guy so he can get the truck. Like, don't play.
I think the first 2 or 3 events we went to, everyone was like, dude, you should put your bike in. You should put your bike in. It's like, I just came here to have a good time.
I think we've only, both of us, we entered our bikes one time, where we went to, one year it was the FXRs of California. You won. And then I put mine in the next year for the girls division. Which there's not a lot of women that do it. I won, which was really nice.
And people ask me to still put it in. It's like, no, that thing's like 5 years old. I can't put that fucking thing in any show. No,
and there's
done.
Other people out there in the industry that's been doing a lot of the gold stuff and getting out there and making a name for themselves too. So, but what's nice is that we'll get people that will come out of the woodworks. And I've seen people part the ways just to go like tell, Steve, like, hey, you guys did really good on your bikes. And we see them and they are really nice. And that's gratifying.
Gratifying
to know that, we did something right.
I like going to the shows and then going out in the parking lot and looking at everybody's shit out there.
We do that actually a lot of the times. Anytime we go to any type of event, we don't go in for like maybe a couple hours when we get there, because we're walking the parking lot.
You just see so much wild shit everywhere.
Because people who have really taken the time, the money, are more humble with their stuff and will keep it out in the parking lot.
I don't know why he's so concerned with his oil level, but his bike is hot. Hot? Yeah, let's go there.
He's here?
Papa's here.
Papa's here. Papa's actually who started it for me. That's my stepfather out there. I call him Bonus Dad. So he was the one that brought the bikes in, and I was like, all right, and I like it. And it was a part of the club thing, and he did the whole club thing. And like I was saying earlier in the cast, that when I met him, he needed to go get a Harley because he introduced it to me. And then he goes, well, Stephanie, you grew up on dirt bikes. You need to go ride my bike. I was like, I ain't gonna fucking ride your bike. No way. So one morning we were sitting there I was having mimosas. He was having Bloody Marys. So I got a little turn. Right. And then he goes, no, you need to go take the bike around the block. And I was like, all right, I'll go do it. So I did. And I came back around and I told him, I was like, well, now you're in trouble. Now you got to go buy me one. So then that's when he bought mine for me. So it's been a journey.
How has it been for you? Was it a hard transition to get into riding? Because, I mean, I got to give you credit to be able to ride from here, all the way up to the North Bay there, Santa Rosa.
Yeah, thanks.
And go through all the traffic and the highway changes and the road conditions and shit.
Yeah, it really made me like I was saying earlier, it made me really understand my bike. It really made me appreciate the power that it has. I didn't want to do much to the bike because it's enough for me.
Yeah.
But I've been in situations where I was riding home and I was splitting lanes through like Fremont because it gets really packed there.
Yeah.
And then there's guys behind me coming up as I'm splitting lanes, and it's like, okay, do I show this dude what's up and let me like fly through, or do I move aside and just know when to hold him and fold him?
Yeah.
So one day I was doing that, and 2 guys were coming up behind me, and I was like, you know what? They're going too fast. Stop. I can't do this. I pulled over. And they went up maybe 50 feet and they got hit. Somebody. So it's like, if I would have kept up, would that have been me?
I always think like that. Like, I think that your body or your mind or whatever the fuck, it always makes you, your intuition makes you feel like something ain't right now. Like, I just need to back down a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. That does come across every once in a while.
It does. Yeah. And then there's days too.
His oil level is perfect.
Perfect, because I did it last.
There's days too where it's like I'm riding my bike and then I get a little wild on it to my standards.
Okay.
And then I think to myself, damn, I've got 3 kids. Mm-hmm. I got a lot of tattoos on me. The gravel looks a little sharp. And I don't want to die today. Yeah. So I kind of back it down. But, I love to ride my bike. I love that I can, and that I don't have to depend on, hey, can you take me for a ride? I'll take myself for a fucking ride. So that's fun. But now that we have the bagger, I'm like, I don't want to ride. I want to sit in the back.
I want to go have mimosas and then fall asleep on the back.
Yeah, I don't want to ride today. I'm going to go have a couple cocktails and sit on the back and just enjoy myself. But I don't. Because now that I do ride, I don't understand the women at all that say they fall asleep on the back of their husband's bike. Yeah. I am watching because I ride myself, and I'm over there like jamming him in the side. Riding. Yes, I am. Oh, yeah.
That's why I took the Cena out of my helmet.
Yes. Better than falling asleep. Hey, wake up.
Oh my, no, I can't. I watch all the time, and I just get super concerned because I ride a certain way, he rides a certain way. Yeah. But then I have to say, don't bitch and either ride my own bike or just deal with how he rides.
So I can deal with it.
Enjoy
I deal with
free ride or get on your own shit.
Exactly. But that's nice that I can.
Yeah.
That's nice that I can.
Well, without a doubt. Yeah.
And I got a pretty one too. And then there's days where I'm like, we should sell it.
Yeah.
No, never do that.
No. There's no point. There's no point to sell any fucking
because
bike.
You said it earlier. Back? Yeah, half of it back. But you said it earlier. I wouldn't want to see it going down the road.
Yeah, it'd suck. And then the worst part is, even though I'm not talking shit for the people that have on my bikes, but when you just see them start making it theirs, you're like,
that's not what I had planned.
That's not the vision.
Yeah, that wasn't what I intended.
Yeah, right.
But then again, I would feel bad for the person who would purchase it, because if anybody saw it who knows us would be like, oh, well, that's Stephanie's bike. Yeah, it's not yours. It will never be yours unless
you got to sell it in another time zone.
Yeah,
100%.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Different area.
Somewhere where they don't have internet.
Yeah, and they don't
like
post.
Australia.
Ship it out there. But they're fun. I'm glad that I got into it. I definitely am happy.
What's next for you? What are you gonna build next?
Fuck, man. Right now I'm trying to be an adult. So we did the T thing this year.
Okay.
I gotta get ahead of some taxes. I'm not in a bad place.
Watching you.
Yeah, they're always watching me. I'm not in a bad place, but like I haven't grown my brand into like the apparel and sales because I don't necessarily have a good accountant or a good CPA. So I'm trying to get past that. And then, basically right now, like I have my, I own the bagger outright, I own the T-Sport outright. So the concept is just like be good with that. If worst case scenario, if I get bored of the bagger, I'll sell that paint job. I'll throw another paint job on it.
Yeah.
And then have something new. But
thank you for sharing.
Dyna.
There's supposed to be some new things coming out with Harley next year, bagger wise. I don't think I'll be one of the first ones to get it, but I'll definitely want to be in a position to where I can buy it at some point. So
Sure.
You want the option.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So right, I mean, the hype this year still is the Pan America.
Yeah.
Right. That hit a lot of people's fucking radar because that was a different platform.
Yeah. Saw a lot of them on the road on this trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of
We
them?
know a couple homies that have one.
Yeah, we do.
I think they'd be a great second bike. I couldn't do it as a
Great second bike.
Yeah.
That's
perfect.
Yeah, touche.
I told Jonah, because one of our friends, Jonah, has one. I was like, just go buy a fucking BMW.
He takes it to Hollister Hills, which is like a dirt bike.
I know. I don't know. It just doesn't seem American Harley to me.
But,
so I've had a hard time jumping on it.
The new, what is it, the Lowrider ST?
Yeah.
So yeah, we just did one of those lowrider STs for one of the homies that was on this trip with us.
Mm-hmm.
He actually split off in Boise and went back to Texas, but that's a fucking nice bike, man. I actually,
Nice bike.
you know, I'm thinking maybe put it like this: next year when this new bike comes out, if it does what it's supposed to and comes out in January, then I might just buy an ST because I could probably get one cash at that point when they lower the price down on it.
Yeah.
Versus
What is this next bike? You have insight.
yeah,
You're not sharing.
they're gonna put like the Revolution motor in a new bagger. It's not gonna be like in a Road Glide. It's a new
Really, new
yeah.
frame,
Yeah.
new chassis. That's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry, the dog.
So it's that's what's supposed to happen. I'm not under any NDA contracts or any of that shit, so they can fuck off with all that noise.
Disclosures.
Talk about what I want.
Yeah.
They got pissed. They got pissed at me last year when I leaked the photo of the ST in September
Yeah.
on my Instagram, and then it's funny because I've had that photo for like 2 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because somebody that used to work at Harley gave it to me, and then they don't work anymore, and I was like, hey man, if I post this, we good? And he goes,
But there's
dude,
no
fuck
NDAs.
them. And so I fucking posted it, and they were pissed.
Yeah, I bet. I bet we've done a couple things that have made some companies pissed by modifying and
Yes.
I love
changing
offending
things.
people.
Oh, I talk about that shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we changed
Yeah.
a couple of things.
Oh man, I love cutting thunderheaders.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She hates it. Sorry,
she was
Cameron.
pretty upset.
Shortening a foot off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 13 inches off of one. And
But I can do that to any fucking pipe. Don't be offensive. The fact that I still got one on all of my bikes,
Yeah.
you should be fucking happy.
we
And
paid
that
you
we
for it.
support the company
Yeah, we paid you for
and
it.
talk good about the brand, you know?
Yeah, I don't understand why. I wish that some of the like, and this I'm not talking shit, but like some brands like they just are stubborn and they won't like look at the market and look what they're doing with your products already.
Yeah.
Or make something for this demographic of biker.
Exactly.
You know, and that's the one thing that sucks about like the industry because there's such an age gap between like the young kids on Dynas and FXRs and even performance baggers now, and then the older generation that are, you know, maybe some of them are going into trikes. They've had 2 or 3 electric glides or something over the years.
Sure.
Those pipes, those guys still buy more shit than we do.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
In the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But
They just get it.
brands don't understand that like you're selling to the age that's maybe going to get 2 more from you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do when they age out? Right? And you've never made anything for the new generation.
Yeah, you've got
But
to. Yeah.
the new generation knows who Bassani is.
Yeah.
They know who Saddleman is. They know who, you know, all these other brands that had a product for them.
Yeah.
And so they get to grow with that generation again. And it's common business. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you want to have something to last longer than your name or your
that's
life.
the roller coaster, man. You gotta
Yeah.
ride that
You
motherfucker.
got to learn
Yeah.
to conform
Go with it.
and go with the times and what's happening now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether somebody does something different to your product or modifies, you're still selling a unit.
Yeah.
You're still getting yourself out there, and people are looking at it in a different perspective now.
Yeah.
So
Everything has a
maybe-
time limit.
But maybe you should look at that. If somebody's changing your scheme of thing, but it's happening in that industry and now, maybe take note of that and push
Adapt.
out and
when,
adapt.
When you saw
Exactly.
all the companies, like all the smaller exhaust companies, your Fab 28s and stuff, then when they came on the scene and made a splash, you know what I'm saying? Like these other exhaust companies should have been like, oh shit, like we need to we need to create a product for that demographic of biker.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's what we like to look at, and that's what we kind of like
As much
to
as
see.
I love the way Thunderheaders sound, absolutely the best sounding thing on a Dyna and a FXR.
Yeah.
When there's fucking memes about your brackets breaking because your exhausts are too long. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like there's
other companies making your bracket
yeah.
so that it doesn't fuck up.
Yeah.
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 And it's like everybody's like, you see a story all the time, like, oh man, stuck on the side of the road, bracket broke, and you're like, Man, at that point, man, you just need to call AAA because you knew it was going to break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's why I get so many people in here asking for Thunder headers all the time, and we sell them. We do. It takes quite a time.
I still love the pipe.
Yeah,
I do too. It sounds so good, dude.
I'll never take it off of the bike. That's for sure. And we won't take it off of.
With all the mid-length pipes, so not the shorties, not the full lengths. And I mean, on a bagger, when you have a full length, you have the hangers on the rear of the bags that will kind of counter that support, so you don't have this big exhaust muffler just doing this in the back, which causes broken brackets. So, it's kind of like one of those weird situations where you have to either make this super beefy ass bracket that's probably not flattering to a bike build, to have a long ass pipe that's obviously going to give you more power than a shorty 2-in-1. But
exactly, and that's why
compromise everywhere. Just figure it out.
Yeah. It's just adapt, conform, move forward.
I love HPI.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd put HPI on all my fucking bikes, but that's expensive.
Yeah, and it's hard to get them sometimes. And that's not a dig or anything.
Yeah, we've got a couple coming in. We've got, I think, 3 or 4 that we're waiting on right now. But they give solid ETAs. If they say 12 weeks, they mean 12 weeks.
So
Other companies...
None of that track shit, huh?
Do not.
Oh, boy. I feel like I could corner the market right there if I started making fucking swing arms.
Yeah.
I try to tell everybody, like, swing arm is like one of those things that people will spend a lot of money on it if it looks sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's all for looks.
It is.
I
It's all for
think
looks.
Track Dynamic has the best looking fucking swing arm.
Yeah. Well, they're they do have the best. I mean, they're one of the only guys in the game that has one that's consistent with having it. But with that said, they're also they have, like, I can't tell you how many people reach out to me because I do know a lot of brands, but hey, do you know anybody there? I paid for a swing arm a year ago and I haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
12 months minimum.
Yeah. But like, that's the thing though. It's like, if you just say, hey, it's 12 months, man.
Yeah.
Let the customer decide whether or not there.
Give them a heads up.
Yeah. If they want to play the game or if they want to just find another place, you know what I mean? But when it's the customer service I always like is just honesty.
Yeah.
Whether you want to hear this or not.
For sure.
And that's why I think...
Shoot the shit with me. I can take it.
Because if you really want something, you'll wait a year.
Yeah. And I think that's where I've done pretty well with my career in this industry, is that I've always been very upfront and honest with people. When they come in and they say...
We have to be.
They want a certain product, because we have a couple of distributors, and, I understand it takes time, but there are a few that are out there that I'm like, okay, you're going to wait 6 to 8 months. Are you okay with that? Because at the end of the day, when you're calling me mad at me, I'm not making your stuff.
Yeah.
They are. I'm just your middleman trying to facilitate.
The other thing that's also...
I'm not this person. I'm not that person. I am just trying to get you your product. But I told you in the beginning.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, you're also the middleman between this brand.
Yes.
But you have your relationship with the brand is more long-lasting than that with the customer.
Correct.
Because you're going to sell more of those products or other products they sell. Yeah. And so you can't necessarily just go and, ignorantly just talk shit to the brand. Like, what the fuck, dude? This customer,
Yes.
Because then you ruin that relationship, and
With
now
them.
this guy still doesn't have his parts.
Well,
Exactly.
She understands back orders and ETAs, and I mean,
Yeah, and I tell people straight up. There's been a couple of things. We have a build in here right now, and I know that when guys come in and they have product and they want to have it on their bike, and you're gonna have it done next week. I'm like, no. It's not going to be next week. It's going to be a long time. It's going to be a couple of weeks before we even get it mocked up and get things, fitted to what we're trying to do for you to do paint. Like, you've got to learn what you've always said. The biggest thing you've ever learned about building our bikes is what? Patience.
Yeah.
So I try to tell the guy that's in the hot seat across the way, if you want this product or if you want this done at this time, one, don't procrastinate. And the other is you're going to have to wait.
Yeah.
I'm not chiseling away your pipe in the back. Like, I'm waiting, so you're going to have to fucking wait.
What I've learned with the patience too, and like getting a track dynamic swing arm.
Yeah.
Or another part that may take a while to get, or something from Lindell, is it is worth the wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the minute you get your shit, because you had that vision, you paid the money. This stuff ain't cheap. Mm-hmm. When it's finally on your bike and you take your first ride, honestly, like, all the time that you waited is kind of out the window.
Well,
you're like, fuck yeah, it's there.
It's done. So
on the bagger, we had a different company pipe on there because we were waiting for the Thunderheader.
Yeah.
And we rode it for 6 months.
That's because I was impatient.
Yeah.
I knew the Thunderheader was going to take so much time, but I ain't rolling stock.
Yeah. So we put on a different pipe, and then when that one came in, we just sold it to somebody else. But that's the thing that you have to do. You just have to have patience. But the biggest thing is anybody that comes in here, I tell them straight up, you are gonna wait if you have to wait. And if you don't like it,
Right.
And if you don't like it, then maybe we're just not the shop for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're gonna go to that shop, they're gonna tell you 2 weeks. It's like the whole 2 beer situation with a cop. Everybody's like, oh, I had 2 beers. And then every company that's in motorcycles, they'll tell you it's only 2 weeks. It's like, it's not. You're lying. You're lying. Just don't tell me that.
I used to get that with paint where, one company would tell the guy what they wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And then just pretty much ask for forgiveness later on. Like, oh, man, I'm sorry. And I tell people all the time, especially with helmets, like I said, I have a huge backlog. And I'm like, look, I don't guarantee when these helmets are going to be done.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah.
If you say, hey, man, I want this helmet for Sturgis, and there's enough time where I'm like, I think I can do that, then I just bound myself to a deadline with you.
Set yourself up.
But if they're like, oh, I don't, whenever it's, and I was like, I have a list on my phone, and every time someone says, hey, man, how we looking? I'm like, you're here.
Yeah.
And I'm, I'm there, and I'll get to you,
Yeah.
But it's like, I enjoy that, and I've gotten to the point where they respect that, and a lot of people will, I get, like I tell people all the time, I get 20 helmet inquiries a day on social media.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Right? And half of them don't want to pay the price.
Of course not.
And then the other half don't want to wait. And so all I need is 2 of those, or 1 of those, or not even, I just need 2 of those a month.
And
to work.
Good.
Yeah. And I'm good for the rest. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to do high production.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do high quality. Like, I don't want to sell a JanSport backpack.
Yeah.
I want to sell some fucking fancy dude that,
Let me explain you this Louis real quick.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I tell people when they're expecting parts. I know that this company told me 3 weeks. I'm going to tell you 6.
Yeah.
And then when it comes in early, you're going to love me. And then you're going to tell your friends. Yeah. And then you're going to come back for more. So I always fluff it as much as I can. But in the beginning, as long as you're upfront and honest, even when I call my distributors and I'm like, tell me a time. I don't care if it's 6 months. Just tell me it's 6 months. Don't tell me I'll have it to you next week. Don't do that to me, because I'm going to go call him, and then he's going to be mad, and then it's like, okay, well,
you're putting me in a bad spot.
Yeah,
you're putting
get
me
mad at us before the distributor.
But
we look like the face
asshole
of the other brands.
Yeah,
and it's like, I'm not the face, but I can take responsibility.
Exactly. But if you make pegs, they're waiting for pegs. I know 12 other companies that will make pegs too. So I'll just go to these ones now. So it's like, just be honest with me, and then we'll be cool. And a lot of the ones that I talk to, they're all like, yeah, man, you're really easy to deal with. And I was like, it's just, I can't make you fucking do anything faster. I understand. I get it. Now I just need to get them to get it.
Yeah.
So if you're honest, then you can get them to get it.
And one of the biggest eye openers, like in all this, has been before we started the business, I've called and left a voicemail. Right? Nobody calls me back.
Yeah.
I've called, hey, can I get a quote on this? 3 or 4 days, hey, I'll get back to you tomorrow. All right, cool, thank you.
Yeah.
3 or 4 days go by. I call you back, hey, where are we at? I'm working on it right now. I didn't really fucking understand that. Yeah. It's like, hey, man, I got money. I'm ready to spend it with you. Mm-hmm. Give me the quote like you said you would, until we went into business. All right, this isn't a huge production.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She answers the phone, answers the emails, orders the parts, ships the parts, receives the shit.
Yeah.
Customers roll in, we go out there.
Put the quotes
phone
out.
Fucking call, she's on the fucking phone. There's only so much time in a day.
Yeah.
And it is so easy to fucking forget a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not what I'm doing on purpose. That's not
No, I like money. I just can't. I'm trying. I tell everybody too that comes in.
I've kind of changed my perspective.
Yeah,
on
it does
calling
change.
Because there's companies out there that we think they're these big conglomerates. There's only 3 or 4 motherfuckers working there.
Yeah.
And it ain't that.
Yeah.
So now I fucking get it.
Yeah.
And to be able to share that, or if anyone could really understand that, That's probably one of the bigger takeaways that I've learned.
Yeah.
It's probably a balance because we are all getting conditioned with the Amazon and just kind of like
instant, fast, quick.
You
overnight.
you see it. You log into Amazon. It says right now you can have it in 2 hours or 2 days if you order within 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
But this industry, motorcycle industry, is so much smaller than. Name it. Like, name another industry out there, and this is smaller, right? Yeah. It's just small, right?
Yeah.
And everybody that's involved in it is doing it out of passion for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Because again, it's not a need.
Yeah.
It's a want. It's a fun.
We're not big enough to outsource our customer service to India.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah.
Like, and then it's like, if you think about it, like if you say you're a shop, so you two are out there fucking wrenching and you're doing as much as you can here, you might have a customer here, but then you got 14 fucking messages on Instagram.
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh shit, now, doing all this. If he's not spinning those wrenches, then it's not getting done, right? And if you got to come in here and start answering these questions and looking these parts up, and then it's just there's a process.
There is,
know what I mean?
And us being so small too, a lot of the times I can't. There's times where I sit across from a gentleman and I try to tell him what's going on with his bike, and of course, coming from pitching from the bitch. Yeah. They kind of need a man to hear it, and I'll get Tristan in here and I go, just tell him what I said, but obviously maybe use a couple different words, and then they get it, and they're like, okay, all right, we'll do this. But he really does come in and he helps and he goes out there, and that's something that I don't think you were used to doing when you worked at Harley. You never had to do that.
I wasn't allowed to.
Oh, okay.
If I was at the front counter at Harley, I'd be written up.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
they wanted me billing hours working on bikes. That's how I was making Harley money.
And I've got to get him in here sometimes to help me because, again, I don't turn the wrenches. I don't. Yeah. I just get the parts in here and, 90% of the time I get the right parts. A good 10% of the time I get the wrong ones. But that's okay. I'm human. But, we're trying to make things go around. We're trying to make the customers happy. That's for sure. But it's definitely, we've really all got to wear a lot of hats in order to make this go around being so small right now.
I'm the janitor. I'm the garbage man.
Yeah, I'm the accountant.
I can push a broom fucking better. I will put money up against anybody that can push a broom.
I will challenge you to this.
We're gonna have a sweep.
A sweep off.
Sweep it on.
So I can clean a motherfucking bike.
Yeah.
Better than a lot of detailers out there.
Yeah.
Disqualified already.
You're done. Yeah. So it's hard. It's definitely hard. I appreciate businesses and small businesses around because I had no idea what I was getting into, and then it's like,
now I get it.
Oh, I get it. Oh.
Ugh. Yeah, sweeping is that's funny you brought that up because that's when I would get employees or apprentices that would want to come in. I'm like, look, man, like a clean shop is the most important part of everything. Yeah. So, and I'd give them a broom, and when I have my paint booth, it's a big spot and there's lots of dust on the ground. Well, you can get one of those big push brooms, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't detail pick up anything.
No.
Right?
No.
That's good for sweeping the concrete out front.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need you to get one of those little small kitchen brooms.
Bristle.
Yeah.
Fine bristle.
And I want you to short stroke, bank it down, short strokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a fucking skill to this.
Yeah.
And I walk in, I'm like, on the ground.
You missed. You missed the mark.
There's a spot.
It should take you some time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It should not be fast. You know what I mean? And so when you get your own shop, like the floors become a thing. It's probably like the same thing when you buy a house. You're like, these are my fucking floors. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to be clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I scrubbed the toilet not too long ago, and I was like,
I still suck at that though. I'm not.
I hate that I got to do it at 3 more in my other house. I was like, God damn it! Now
I only scrub the toilet when I have a guest coming over the shop.
Well, we came in this morning and I was like, God, there's boxes over here of all of our swag. And I was like, there's shit everywhere. The kids were here. The dog's crap is everywhere. I was like, man, we look like fucking pigs. But I was like, you know what? It's homey here.
Yeah.
And we're, but
I get it.
Every other Saturday we're closed.
Yeah.
Which means every other Saturday we're open.
Yeah.
And that's the only day that I can put in like 10 hours here.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's the day that I push everything out. Yeah. I blow everything out, and then I sweep everything out, and then I try to wipe everything down, and just prep for the next week.
Yeah, yeah.
And you get interruptions, and people show up, and there's other tasks, and it's so hard to stay on track or get ahead. I don't know really anybody that really gets fucking ahead, because I'll come in and I'll pull like an all-nighter. I can come in at 3:00. The shop closes at 5, but I'm here till fucking midnight because that's what I had to do.
Yeah.
That didn't even get me ahead. It just kept me where I needed to be.
No. And I tell people all the time too, customers also, I try to get on the most friend customer type of level that I can, and I just tell them all the time, like, hey, you know, understand it's just me here. I'm doing my best for you. If something's not going well, or if you got to remind me, please do. Please remind me, because it's only me. Yeah. And then I've got one kid calling, the next kid calling, and I've got to go over here, and then the dog just threw up, and it's like I'm trying to, you know, juggle all of this stuff and trying to keep him busy, trying to make sure customers are still coming in, trying to make sure that everybody on Instagram is getting taken care of, and then he's sending me messages, did you look at this one? I'm like, I can only do fucking so much.
Grinding.
So then I go home and I'm like, where's my cocktail? I'm over. I'm done. So, you know, it's rough, but we love what we do. And that's what's important. The day that I come in here and I'm like, no, I'm not having fun anymore. Then I'll raise an eyebrow.
I need the reminder, and having fresh people come through here and new people fucking roll up. You know, I'm supposed to be having fun.
Yeah.
We're doing this because this is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you have that positive vibe, it rubs off on your customers, because, you know, like this whole thing is supposed to be a fun thing for them to do. Like, I mean, I get that sometimes they're coming in with a problem that you have to solve, but what you really want is the guys that are stoked to spend the money.
Exactly.
Right?
I love
they're
those
all
guys.
buying shit they want for their bike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So occasionally you got to put out a fire, but mostly you want to help it light a fire, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I tell him, he'll check in with me throughout the day, and he's like, how's the morning? And I was like, just fucking putting out fires left and right. And then I'll get a guy coming in, and he wants to do this build, and I was like, yeah, this is what we want to do. Yeah. And then he'll come in and see me some days where I'm like super spent, and then customers will come up, and he's got something about him. I know you guys know, but he'll just start talking to him, and everybody comes to me, I love your husband. He's great. And I was like, that's what I want.
I just get excited. People want to get excited about their shit.
Yeah.
I was like, when you rolled up, let's look at your bike. I want to look at your bike.
When your enthusiasm probably, it definitely reinforces their choice to come here for the work. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants their project to be respected by the builder or the you know, just the person that's putting their hands on it. So
absolutely, you know. Especially when they're sitting there and handing you over thousands and thousands of dollars, you got to make sure that, you know, you don't have to make sure to convince them that they're doing the right thing. We get excited because it's like, wow, somebody's passionate like how we are to want to build something and want to spend all this extra money that you've worked hard for to put it into a motorcycle.
I know what it costs to earn a buck.
Yeah.
And it ain't easy. It ain't easy out here. You know, the cost of living in fucking California is through the roof. We may not be the most expensive area, but I know we're up there. So when someone wants to come down here and
you're
do some
on at least
cool
tier
shit,
1 or 2. It like jumps a tier as far as
this morning. I actually was going through my little Instagram, and I saw somebody put up like an apartment, a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment is going for $2,300. God damn! I'm like, where the fuck do you live? Because in California, you can't get a studio for that. It's like, I would love to pay that. It is expensive out here. So again, circling back, for guys to come and just drop, I mean, we've had guys drop tens of thousands of dollars to just do this huge build, and it's like, man, you got a wife, you got kids, and now you want to do something to your motorcycle? Like, is your wife okay? Like, that excites me. And not only that, it's like they respect our builds, they respect our work, and they can trust what we're doing. That's pretty fucking cool. And to only be in the industry as a company for 2 years, it's like that really means a lot to me.
Fuck yeah.
And I love that. And that just, you know, makes you go the next day and not get mad.
It keeps you on the high of the roller coaster.
Exactly.
That's where we want to be.
Dips.
Can't be there every day.
No, can't be there every day. That's for sure. That's for sure.
So you guys are going to be going to Born Free. That's the plan.
Yes, that's the plan.
What other things y'all got planned for the year? Or y'all not just like booked, like Reno, Street Vibes, that type of shit? What are y'all thinking?
We really try to hit Street Vibes every year.
Yep.
COVID fucked up a lot of shit. So we've been a little more reserved with where we're gonna go, and I think we ducked out on the last one, and you went though, right?
I did,
and it was different. Like they didn't shut down cool, Main Street, right?
But it was different. It wasn't what Street Vibes usually is.
So probably go this year.
Yeah. I would like to. It's just, if it's not going to be what we kind of normally see, then it's like, what's more profitable? Go spend money at this event, or should we keep the business open and take care of customers?
I think
that
Reno
was kind of a
is fun no matter what. Is that what was kind of cool about going down there?
Yeah.
Like you're in Reno, you can gamble, do this and that, go to Virginia City.
Love Virginia
Person
City.
Harley, you know, like.
So that's like the two gimmies are going to be born free every year. Definitely Street Vibrations. I would start to like looking out of Cali.
Yeah.
The Arizona guys.
Like maybe like Four Corners Rally, that shit like that. Maybe.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Four Corners. I would love to hit some AZ shit.
I know that.
I'd love to come out to your fucking hood. Texas is fucking. Tejas is mega.
Yeah.
I know you guys have a lot of shit. So.
Well, our events are, we have a Born Free Texas that's starting this year.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what that's going to look like. So I don't know if it's going to have. They reached out to me early on, like 2 years ago, because they were worried about not being able to do it in California anymore. And so they're really good friends with like Oliver Peck from all that stuff. He's been a big help of Born Free here.
Yeah,
and so they bought this big ass fucking property out in East Texas called Yellowstone Canyon, I believe. Yellow Rose Canyon, Yellowstone Canyon.
You watching that show?
Yeah,
huh?
well,
it's a
I'm
good
fucking
show.
waiting.
I'm up to date. We're current.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
So they decided to do a Born Free Texas, but it was also kind of like started out of a what if we can't do it in California anymore?
Got it.
And then Texas becomes like this middle of the country ride for everybody.
Yeah.
But now they're just going to do both, so I don't know what it's going to look like. And our camp out is definitely more rider oriented and party oriented and shit like that. But it is. I'm not gonna lie. I understand how difficult it is for people in general, especially Oregon and even further Norcal and Washington, to make it all the way to Oklahoma. That's why we make it, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then everybody's dipping out Sunday.
So maybe I can hit a couple of days, but not the whole thing.
Yeah. So, or if you do make the whole thing, at least you rode your ass off, and now you have 3 days to where you can just chill and just jump in the river or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Which I don't know if I would jump in it though.
Let's go jump in the fucking river.
I know. I want
Let's
to.
get on stage.
Yeah. But you said earlier, rage.
That's it, man. We really want to be more involved.
Yeah.
I can sit here and grind out fucking 10 hours a day, no problem.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how far that gets me. I don't do this to get rich quick.
Yeah.
I don't do this to get fucking rich. I do this because of the passion. But I would much rather be able to fucking have this provide the funds that I need to start adventuring.
Yeah.
Go everywhere, meet everyone, put on events, be a part of event. If there's anything that I can do to help out anyone, we always have. We love to raise money. We love, like I said, I love to give money away. I love to give.
I was thinking about doing a fundraiser for my rent.
I've got $5.
Shit. If I can get everybody to give me $5, then
then you're looking good.
That's one month out.
No taxes.
Yeah.
So
it's like a raffle, but
could enter me into a raffle. Yeah, there we go.
It's a waffle
sticker.
We definitely try. We try to extend. It's just also right now with also the kids, but I
need to train that older one to be a full-time babysitter.
I'm telling you. I was gonna say the oldest one. He's 16, but
yeah.
I thought, the other one that lives there. No,
the bonus child.
Bonus. I don't know if that's bonus. It's a takeaway.
So you will see true performance.
Yeah.
Out and about places.
Yeah.
And getting out of here. And no, I'm not gonna trailer my bike. I will fucking ride through. I would love to go to Sturgis.
Sturgis. If I could recommend one, I think that would be a good one because that's how you can really, not that it may or may not benefit the brand as quickly as like a Born Free would or something, but it does solidify the brand in a lot of different demographics of customers and price brackets and stuff like that. But it also it allows you to come back and educate your customers on what it's like to do an event like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because like I said, a lot of people in California have everything they need, so close that they don't have to venture so far.
Yeah.
And you could be that inspiration to push them back. So that's you
I do see us showing up, and then I've had a lot of people, are you going to have a booth at Born Free? And it's like, I'm not going to go set up a booth so I can sell you a t-shirt or a fucking hoodie.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to show up and do the same thing if I have that plus a derby cover.
Yeah.
I'll do something like that when there's a legitimate product line.
Yeah.
And I have a bike that was really built by us, from us. And I don't know if that's going to be 12 months. I don't know if that's going to be 24 months. I don't know if that's
Is that her bagger that you are supposed to be buying?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Months.
A bagger for me.
So, again, I've been looking at machines. I've been picking some brains. I've also been looking at stuff, obviously everything that we're going to bring you is going to be made right in the USA.
Yeah. Are the machines made in the USA?
No comment.
Yeah.
Everybody, Did you make the tires on that build?
Yeah,
God.
right.
Yeah.
I fucking molded them and fucking did them in
Everybody
the back.
wants to. I had a little meme up of my bike versus like a stock bike. It's like, don't talk shit about my bike when your bike looks like this. It's like everybody wants to nitpick and everybody wants to poke fun and whatnot, but
Yeah, I mean, most Harley parts are made in Taiwan, Mexico, China.
Yeah, they are. It's like, it's fine. It's my little spin. Like it or don't like it. Don't give me your input. It's fine.
MJK, that guy's fucking killing it.
Yeah.
He imports his shit from the U.S.,
Yep.
builds it in Canada, and imports it back into the U.S.
Yeah.
Some people have a problem with that. Some motherfuckers line up around the corner to buy
Canada's
shit.
kind of U.S.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So we're almost there, right?
We were talking about
there.
Rebby Feeney. Yeah, they fucking kill it. They make dope shit.
I think that the stigma is like, it really is this. Like, it's okay to get your parts anywhere in the world except for China.
Yeah, that's
Right now. That's right.
Unless it's
I can confirm.
Because, I mean, everybody
They
else
brought
is
that.
bragging about every other country. Like, yo, this shit came from Germany, dude. Like, oh, shit, that's Japan. Fuck, that's Japan parts.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
China, you're like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
They're just, and that's just,
German has some of the best
It's
engineers,
broken.
fucking period.
Yeah.
I'll take some German shit.
yeah. Well,
But, all of our stuff and everything that we're looking at, right, we've got great ideas. There's definitely avenues that we want to explore and take and bring some stuff out there other than somebody who does, we call it cake decorating.
Oh, yeah.
I can
cake decorators.
I can cake decorate like a bad mofo,
Oh, yeah.
but I'd rather build you a bike.
Yeah.
It's just going to take patience and time.
Yeah, honestly, man, like have a fire under you, like have the enthusiasm to go push your shit out there and get out there, but also have the wisdom to kind of like not
Follow
overextend yourself, follow through, do what you say you're gonna do, make realistic goals and set them and do them and achieve them. Because you can wear yourself thin, and then you can be in that place where like motorcycles are like, oh fuck, I'm over that shit, you know.
Don't want to do that.
That's where I think I try to reel.
There's
reel them in.
longevity. There's longevity in this, but Harley ain't going fucking nowhere.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
We all love the fucking ride, so there's not any way that we can't accommodate a specific crowd of something that we really respect and that we want to provide.
Agreed. Yeah. Well, they can find all your shit at trueperformance.com. Is that where it's at?
Trueperformance408.com. That's
and
for sure.
Instagrams, like I know you guys have
Same
a personal
thing.
one.
IG is great. We have a personal IG, but you really should hit up True Performance.
408 is the whole pull on Instagram.
And y'all got apparel and all that stuff, so people can like copy.
We have apparel.
We have apparel. I'm a little, because again, it's just me. I'm a little behind on our website to put the new apparel up, but we have a lot of apparel that's in. They just got to call in or
best thing to do is
DM.
always call. Call. People DM me all day long. And you kind of get like the automatic response of call 408-722-5176.
Call the wife.
Between
Call the
10
wife.
and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday,
Yeah.
every other Saturday, which you won't know what Saturday it is
Until you call.
Until you call.
until you call.
Yeah.
And if you don't get a hold of us, call us back.
Yeah,
We're
call
just
again.
busy.
Everybody always tells me, they're all like, hey, I called and your voicemail box is full. And I was like, yeah, I do that on purpose. So you call back.
Don't
just
leave
keep calling.
Dude, it's fucking 2022. Who leaves voicemails?
I don't know, but I'm like, just call back. I'll get to you. I promise. I will get to everybody. It just is going to take a little bit of time.
You ever listen to a voicemail recently? Like someone leaves it for you? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hey man, I guess you're not there.
Yeah.
Dude, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Your brother's the only one that leaves me voicemail.
That sounds like Bub.
Motherfuckers are stuck in the 90s.
And I just, towed your truck.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see what just took place? Like, they just have a full-blown conversation with themselves.
Yeah.
Not a real
Worked it all out. They had a question in the beginning, and then they answered.
Oh, shit. I just, never mind.
Yeah.
Just call. It's going to be fine. I promise. I'll get to you. I will.
Yeah,
I get it, because I've DM'd people, and they never got back to me, and then that was it. It was kind of cold turkey.
Yeah.
But it's like, you should really call.
Yeah, so I get that shit bad, because right now I'm on a bike trip, and then I'll get like a message, and then I don't have service for the next day.
Yeah.
And then I forget, because there's 20 other ones, because I put a story out of something, and then it gets lost in this fucking like place, and I'm just like,
yeah, we all accidentally erase shit too.
Yeah, I need
We've
to.
all guilty of that.
Oh, I do that. I've done that.
Yeah, whoever was asking me about the fucking cam job.
Whoops.
Yeah, could you please send another message? I erased it.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times, but they call back, so must be doing something right.
There you go. Well, hey, I do appreciate this, guys. It's been real, and hopefully we either get you guys in the studio one day in Dallas, and we'll fucking rage.
We will all fly out.
I will confirm. No, we will ride out.
That's right. I don't like to fly.
Dude. It's way cooler.
I'll fly. Yeah. I reason to go
I don't like to fly. I hate
First
flying.
class. I need a charcuterie board and a fine glass of wine
and a couple of airplanes.
Yeah.
I need that.
I'll take the Delta flight, but I'll be there.
Yeah.
A Delta Sky
Go get you a
Lounge.
Virgin flight. That's the one.
Virgin Airlines. Virgin Airlines.
Yeah. Best flight I've ever been on.
Yeah.
But thank you for taking the time. You guys were out for so many days, like you said, almost a month.
It will be a month when we get home. So,
jeez. So to take the time and come out to us, that's a lot. So thank you. Thank you very much.
We'll link up next weekend at Born Free.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe even before or afterwards.
Yeah, like I said, I think we're staying in Tustin, I believe, or wherever the fuck that town is, for the first 3 nights, and then my machinist and all the homies from Texas are coming in for Saturday and Sunday, and so we'll be staying with them. Okay. But we're all down to do, drinks and drugs and things like that.
Sign me up. I'll take 2.
The double D. Okay. Drinks and drugs.
Yeah.
I feel like we should do like a Brazilian steakhouse dinner.
Oh, there you go. Fancy.
Entertain some fine dining and some cocktails.
Because we like to eat.
Okay.
Yeah. We like to eat. We like to drink.
Don't get like this by not eating and not drinking. So.
If our insides could only be on the outside, it would be a much different story. That's for sure. After all the drinking.
I'd feel sexier.
There you go.
You look just like me. All right, guys. I appreciate it, though.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Peace. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really had a great time hanging out with those guys and shooting the shit and finding out about their shop and finally actually meeting them in person. I've been following both of them, Steph and True, for a long time, and really thankful for that opportunity to sit down and talk with those guys. If you guys want to check them out, they're up there in Morgan Hill, California, building some badass shit. Check them out on the gram and all that other good stuff. And if you like these podcasts, like them, rate them, review them on the apps that you're listening on. If you want to support this podcast, check out our sponsors. A lot of great ones in there. And also don't forget about our Patreon, where you can support it with $5 a month. Get some unreleased content that we do not put out anywhere else on the internet except for on the Patreon app, which that is correct. They have an app that you can listen to all the podcasts that we put on there, just like your normal Spotify or Apple iTunes. And we're trying to ramp up and build more content in that area. It's been tough since getting back from California and this recent work trip. I had to go up to Oklahoma and paint some bikes. So we're getting that back rolling, and can't wait to get back on the swing of things, do some more live episodes and whatnot. But thank you guys. I really appreciate you checking out these podcasts. And we got another great one dropping tomorrow with the 2 Lane Life crew. Until then, peace out.